Thank you, eventually, GoatVsFish. Goat versus fish. In the beginning, there was goat versus fish, the GoatVsFish. And Goat versus Fish said that there should be goat and that there should be fish. There is no alpha or omega. There is no black or white. There is no good or evil. There is only goat and fish, and goat versus fish. You have many questions, yes. Who is goat versus fish? What is goat versus fish? Why is goat versus fish? But there is only one question. Are you goat or are you fish? And so Goat versus Fish called out to the land of the goat. Are there any goat? Are there any goat? Are there any goat in the land of the goat? Are there any goat in the land of the goat who would versus the fish? Goat versus Fish called out to the land of the goat. And from the land of the goat, they did bleat at Goat versus Fish. Bah! 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 And there were many goat in the land, many goat in the land who would versus the fish. Let us look upon the goat. Let us look upon the goat. Let us look upon the goat. Make some noise for the goat. Make some noise for the goat. The goat in the congregation of Goat versus Fish. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. And so Goat versus Fish called out to the sea of the fish. Are there any fish? Are there any fish? Are there any fish in the sea of the fish? Are there any fish who would versus the goat? Any fish who would versus the goat? And the fish called back to Goat versus Fish. And the fish did say, and it was a celebration for fish, a celebration for fish, a celebration for fish. Let's look at the fish, let's look at the fish. And let us see the fish. Let us see the fish in the congregation. Let us see the fish in the congregation just as we looked at the goat. Just as we looked at the goat. Celebration for fish! Celebration for fish! Celebration for fish! The fish in the congregation makes a noise for the fish! The sound of the fish bleating, the sound of the goat blubbing, the communication between goat and fish. One could not even tell whom was making the sounds to Goat versus Fish. Such was the great cacophony of Goat versus Fish. Such was the great cacophony of Goat versus Fish. But lo, the goat did charge down the mountain, down from the mountain top, clip, clop, down from the mountain top, down towards the beaches where the seas of the fish were just within the reaches of the goat. And the fish, from deep down below in the sea of the fish, as far down below as the goats were high, the fish did rise, the fish did swim and rise, the fish did swim and rise. They knew there would be troubles versing those goats, but they followed their rising bubbles, they followed their rising bubbles. And there they came to the sand, where they knew that the sand from the beaches would transition into the land. There, leaping out of the sea of the fish, bursting through the waves and fins a-glistening. And there the goat, clip-clopping and hoofing, down, and kicking back the muddy land as the sand turned into the sea and the sea turned into the sand. It was a versus of water, it was a versus of land. And goat and fish, as we celebration, hand in hand, so did the rising fish and the charging down goat. They met where the land meets the sea. On the beaches where Goat versus Fish, with just within your reaches, and the goat did versus the fish. The goat did versus the fish. The goat and fish, they did verses for many things. They did verses for everything. They did verses for no verses at all. Some goat and fish versed with great conviction. Other goat and fish versed completely out of boredom. Some goat and fish versed because their ancestors did. Some goat and fish versed to break free from their ancestors. The goat and fish, they had every reason and none. Since the verses has begun, the goat and fish had every reason and none to verses. But the goat was always versus the fish, and the fish was always versus the goat. They versed for babanas, they versed for flowers, they versed for avocados, they versed for waffles, they versed for toast, they versed for power, they versed for fame, they versed for monetization, they versed for rest, they versed for tirelessness, they versed for education, they versed for health, they versed for wealth, they versed for every single verses, they versed for land, they versed for sea, they versed for water, they versed for nutrition, they versed to be left alone, they verses to come together. Goat and fish, they verses for all verses, for every verses under the shining star. The shining star that does verses for Goat versus Fish.
Vinci contribution $5. Goat emoji, goat emoji, goat emoji.
Celebration for goat, celebration for goat, celebration for goat. And appreciation to all of those who make contribution to Goat versus Fish. Yes, Goat versus Fish, here during this morning motivational sermonizational of Goat versus Fish. We have seen gifts from Lysergic Freak Fish, and we accept your contribution for GOAT, and we accept your contribution for GOAT. As the sermonization continues on GoatVsFish, appreciation for all of your contribution to GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish will now take a verses to pause during this sermonization in recognition of all of the goat and fish, of the congregation, and even the fence-sitters who have given so much to GoatVsFish here on the 100th morning motivational of GoatVsFish. We are here with our musication vessel Sunshine, a celebration for sunshine. It's sunshine, a celebration.
Hello. Celebration.
And there, managing the visualizations is Hi-Fi Protege, celebration for Hi-Fi Protege, celebration. In recognition of all of your many years of contribution and services to GoatVsFish, Sunshine, please play a musication that reflects our gratitude to the congregation. Celebration. Goat and fish, large and small, goat and fish, short and tall, goat and fish of all description, goat and fish of no description, goat and fish with and without subscription. They verses long, they verses strong. And as they did verses, they did change the universe around them. Yes, indeed, both in the shining light of the great star that we call the verses in the sky, and by the light and by the very light of the moon, even the sun and the moon did recognition that their own verses was false, For the sun and the moon were but GoatVsFish, And some looked to the sun and they called it a great fiery verses. And some looked to the moon in its desolation and they saw it as nothing but fenciness, as nothing but fences on the moon. Yes, the goat and fish, as they looked at the universe around them, they came to many realizations. They came to many interpretations of GoatVsFish. Some, they saw goat and fish in the stars. Some saw goat and fish in the flowers. Some saw goat and fish within one another. And goat and fish, it was a mighty celebration throughout the universe. All the goat and fish were versing. All the goat and fish were versing and interpreting and enjoying and living and breathing and eating GoatVsFish. The goat and fish, they did verses. Goat and fish, please play us a longer song of the verses of the goat and fish. Take us on a journey, Sunshine, a journey through this epic verses, these primordial verses of goat and fish, the early verses of GoatVsFish. And as the goat and fish versed, yes, indeed, they changed the land and the seas around them. Every verses of goat and fish, every verses of goat and fish changes the universe that is around you. It changes you within yourself as that which is around you changes you, and you change it. Yes, goat and fish, every verses of goat and fish is a connection. It is a reflection between a goat and a fish. And the goat and fish will never be the same after they verses. And so, the mighty verses, both the clomping of the hooves, and the splashing of the fins, and the splashing of the fins, they did change the land and the seas. They did change the land and the seas. And on one verses, on the 99th morning motivational of GoatVsFish, it was written, that the fish were on a mighty streak of 7. The fish had won 7 verses in a row. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. And the fish were enjoying a mighty celebration. The fish were enjoying a mighty celebration for fish. And it seemed that the fish would win 8. It seemed that the fish would win 8 as the goat and fish verses over an avocado. It seemed that the fish had the verses well in hand, both on the sea and both on the land. But when the verses were counted, goat and fish, it seemed at first that it was an even verses between goat and fish, But lo and behold, goat had 51.1% of the vote, and fish had only 49.9% of the verses. But goat was at a disadvantage. Goat needed more to triumph, but so too did fish need more to triumph. Neither the goat nor the fish did triumph. It was just a mighty epic versus of GoatVsFish. It was a mighty epic versus of GoatVsFish. And please welcome to our congregation. Please welcome to our congregation. Oh, please join GoatVsFish. That versus is for you.
Oh, this is for me.
Welcome to GoatVsFish. Welcome to GoatVsFish. It's Carolyn has joined the congregation. Welcome to Carolyn Glode for joining the congregation of GoatVsFish. You are here along with goat, fellow fish. You are here along with the goat and fish. GoatVsFish. Yes, goat and fish. Yes, goat and fish. The goat and fish continue to verses. The goat and fish continue to verses. And in their wake, there was dust, and there was mud, and there was seas, and there was foam. And when all the verses parted, when the waters receded back into the seas, and the lands receded back into the lands, there rising out of the waters and the sands, a very creation of the mighty verses of the goat and fish, there arose the Temple of GoatVsFish. The Temple of GoatVsFish. The Temple of GoatVsFish. Hi-Fi Protege, can we please get a sound pack for our dear guest here so they can hear the musicians of GoatVsFish. Although, yes, it is some say GoatVsFish is a very humorous verses. We could attempt it. Shall we attempt acoustifications? It's well past 8:30 now. If you're not up and ready to work, then don't blame GoatVsFish.
I have to turn the volume down on this, so maybe I'll keep it in.
I don't know if you can hear me.
So we're not going out loud with the musicians?
I mean, if I draw it loud, it will.
Ah, yes, it is quite loud to GoatVsFish, yes.
Yeah. Can you let Amber Heard down my eyeballs, and that's how I can see the chat?
Let's zoom out. Let's see the whole congregation. Hi-Fi, let's see the whole congregation. Celebration for the whole congregation. Celebration for the whole congregation. And there rose the Temple of GoatVsFish. Allow GoatVsFish to sing a hymn of GoatVsFish. Just allow GoatVsFish. And the goat and fish, they looked at the parting of the lands and the seas, and they saw the temple of GoatVsFish that was wrought from their very own verses. And they did pause in the grandeur of the temple of GoatVsFish, of their creation, and ones by ones, and twos by twos, and threes by threes, and fives by fives, and 11s by 11s, and 6 sevens by 6 sevens, and 420s by 420s, and billions and by billions and by millions and by trillions the goat and fish did enter the congregation of the temple of GoatVsFish. And they did sing this verses, in celebration of GoatVsFish. Goat versus fish versus goat versus fish. Goat versus fish versus goat versus fish. Are you goat? Are you fish? Goat versus fish. 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 Are you goat or are you fish? Are you a goat or fish? Are you goat or are you fish? Are you a goat or are you fish? Goat versus fish versus goat versus fish. Goat versus fish versus goat versus fish. Are you goat? Are you fish? Goat versus fish. Celebration, celebration. Let us see behind GoatVsFish. Let us see behind GoatVsFish. Some verses when GoatVsFish is sermonizationing to the congregation, we want to see from behind of GoatVsFish so that we can see the reaction of the congregation to GoatVsFish. And GoatVsFish looked at one, who entered the congregation of the Temple of GoatVsFish that versus. And GoatVsFish said, "Are you goat or are you fish?"
Already know I'm fish.
Celebration for fish, celebration for fish, celebration for fish. Is your mic pack turned on?
Is it on?
Yeah.
Celebration.
I am fish, in case y'all didn't hear it.
Celebration for fish, celebration for fish. Celebration for fish.
Also, wait, hi-fi, what I said was Amber Heard asked how I could see the chat, and I said it's because I have eyeballs. And I could read. You said hear. I can't hear it, I can see it.
Celebration for fish. Can we please, this fish is in all of their exuberance, can we please turn down this fish by 10%? By 10%, turn down the fish.
Yeah, turn me down.
Turn down for fish.
Celebrations for Carolyn Fish, yes.
Celebrations for Carolyn Fish.
Thank you, eventually Goldfish.
Carolyn Fish.
Good morning.
A mighty morning motivational to you, Carolyn Fish. Welcome to the 100th morning motivational of GoatVsFish.
Incredible. That's so cool to be a part of this.
It is so cool that you are a part of this with GoatVsFish.
Yes.
Yes, welcome to the first services of GoatVsFish. You have entered the Temple of GoatVsFish.
I have.
What do you say? What do you say to the goat?
Boo!
Boo the goat!
I say boo, goat.
And it was written that the fish said boo to the goat. The fish said boo to the goat.
Yes, fish have eyeballs. What are you talking about?
Boo the goat, boo the goat. The fish said boo to the goat.
I said boo. Can I point something out? Boo. That's kind of a cute goat. I feel like I could convert it to fish.
And the fish declared that it could convert the goat to the fish. And so GoatVsFish, invitation, GoatVsFish, invitation the fish, invitation the fish. To the congregation, to the congregation. But now that you're here, we don't need to double the verses, so we can turn off your amplification. And you speak into this verses, and you attempt to convert the goat to fish. Makes a noise for Carolyn Fish, who, on that very verses in the Temple of GoatVsFish, attempted to convert a goat to a fish.
Can I point something out quick before I begin this conversion? I got a text from GoatVsFish yesterday saying, "Hey Carolyn," always addresses me by name, just in case I'm somebody else. "Hey Carolyn, would you like to come by for the 100th celebration? It's going to be very casual. It's just going to be a fun, casual little thing." And I got to say, this is as casual as it gets for GoatVsFish. So, well done holding that promise. Okay, so it does feel wrong to do a conversion during Pride Month, but here we are. So I take this beautiful little baby goat. I mean, it's, as beautiful as a goat can be. And I encourage goat to see the way of fish. Look at this really pretty fish. There's a beautiful fish that doesn't, it has eyeballs but no pupils. Do anglerfish have pupils? That's a question for Google. Can you look that up, Sunny? If I left my phone over there. Do anglerfish have pupils? Because this one doesn't.
Okay.
And then this goat is only pupils. So, as far as I can tell. I don't know what I'm doing. What? You're shaking your finger at me. No, they don't have pupils? I can't read from here. I can read, just not that far. It's also at an angle. Can someone find out? Do anglerfish have pupils? I can't move on until I know.
Yes, they have pupils.
Okay, this one doesn't. So this is inaccurate. Where's Eugene? I don't see him here. I feel like Eugene should be part of this. Is Eugene here? Okay, we'll go look for him. Okay. Because I saw someone in the chat mentioning Eugene, and I feel like Eugene should be here.
And the fish tried to convert the goat to fish.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. You could have just told me. Okay, it's fine. All right, so everyone who is goats, I need you to see the way of the fish. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. He's going to get mad at me.
I can't see the chat.
It's fine. All right, so I'm going to take this beautiful baby goat, and we are going to turn this baby goat into a fish, okay? So everyone, repeat after me. We're going to do a little vocal warm-up, Sunshine, for the fish, to get us into fish mode.
Yay.
You ready? Let's do a glub, 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 glub. Can we do one of those?
Glub, glub,
Glub, glub, glub, glub, glub, glub, glub. Up higher. Are you going to play musification?
Oh.
Where?
Glub, glub, glub,
Glub, glub, glub, glub. Whoa.
We're doing Lydian today.
We can do Lydian, that's fine. Lydian, more like Finian. Fin for fish. That's good. All right, come on. Here we go. Glub, 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 glub. And up higher. Glub, glub, glub. I don't want to do Lydian.
All right, fine. We'll do.
It's too early for that.
We'll do amateur Ionian.
All right, here we go. Everyone at home, all the fish. Glub, 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 glub. Look, little goats getting into it. Little goats becoming fish. Glub, 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 glub. Thank you, chat. Keep going. Glub, 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 glub. It's happening. It's working. It's working. Oh, look. Eugene. Glub, 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 glub. Oh, good. Eugene is here. Eugene, can we get Eugene up here? I think Eugene has the adequate number of pupils that I'm looking for. Thank you.
You know what they say about
This is my son,
pupils?
Eugene. Huh?
What?
What? Do you know what they say about pupils? What do they say about pupils?
That anglerfish have them.
What?
Anglerfish have pupils.
Anglerfish have pupils.
Yeah.
This is also an educational, morning educational and morning motivational. So now we know that this is this is inaccurate. But that's okay because you still fish. And guess what? We have successfully converted this goat into fish.
How?
We have, what do you mean how? You were here. What do you mean? You're part of the process. We glub, glub, glubbed, and now the goat is fish. Fish is more of a mindset. I don't have scales either, as far as y'all know. I haven't seen my scales. But fish is a lifestyle. Fish is an attitude, right? Fish is just keep swimming. So this goat is now and forever fish. So I did it. Fish win forever. We can all go home. It's fish supremacy, fish domination forever. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to take my son back to my seat.
And it was written. Make some noise, make some celebration for our guest sermonization, Carolyn GoatVsFish.
Thank you.
Celebration. And the fish. That verse is in the Temple of GoatVsFish. Did by the power of song. Yes, the goat and fish have many powers. Many skills, many trades. And this verse is the Carolyn GoatVsFish did sing a mighty and the very serenade and the very song of the fish reached deep into the heart of goat, reached deep into the tender heart of goat, and the goat sang back to the fish. And the goat became fish, and the goat was converted to fish. The goat was converted to fish by the song of fish. Celebration for fish.
Fish. Nailed it.
But no sooner had the goat been converted to fish. Did another goat join the verses? Another goat joined the verses of GoatVsFish. Yes.
Boo.
There are many goat, there are many fish, there are many goat, there are many fish, and now your mic back is off now.
Oh, is it?
Well, no, maybe it's on now.
It should be on.
Okay, celebration. It's on. It's on for GoatVsFish. We got it going on for GoatVsFish.
For fish.
Appreciation for 100 bits. Appreciation for 100 bits for 100. contributions to
Woo!
Goat vs. Fish. For 100 contributions to Goat vs. Fish.
Fish.
Yes, there was a conversion of Goat vs. Fish. There was a conversion in Goat vs. Fish. But then, one cried out there from the back of the congregation. They entered the congregation, but they did not go to the side of the goat. They did not go to the side of the fish. They called back. They called back from the congregation. They said, heresy to Goat vs. Fish. They said, heresy to Goat vs. Fish. They said, heresy to Goat vs. Fish. They said, I don't believe you, Goat vs. Fish. They said, this is a false versus. Goat cannot become fish. Fish cannot become goat. I don't believe in Goat vs. Fish. I don't believe in Goat vs. Fish. And I will never choose goat or fish. Also, you're making a lot of noise. Please. I was just hanging out here, and then you goat and fish. You raised a whole temple in my backyard. What the fence? What the fence? I was just trying to get along my verses. Not in my backyard. Not in my backyard, said the fence sitter to the temple of the congregation of the goat and the fish. Beware the pitiable fence sitter.
Extra booze.
And woe, and woe, and woe, the goat and fish sang out in a hymn of lamentation of the fence creature. Oh, keep lamenting. This is a serious lamentation time.
Boo to the fence sitters.
During this lamentation, please continuation. During this lamentation, goat and fish, we remember the fence sitters in our lives who are yet to accept Goat vs. Fish, or yet to embrace Goat vs. Fish, or reject Goat vs. Fish. And in this lamentation, let us ponder and pity the pitiable fence sitter. This is the lamentation of the fence. Hi-Fi, show them the fence. Hi-Fi, show them the fence.
The fence? There's a fence?
Keep playing the lamentation. Show them the fence. The fence!
Ah!
The fence! The fence! Beware the fence sitter! And now you zoom out from the fence so they can see where the fence is in relation to the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. These were the lamentations. Now back to Goat vs. Fish. These were the lamentations of the fence. These were the lamentations of the fence. Oh, I do not want to be goat. I do not want to be goat. For what if I choose goat? But then I regret that I didn't choose fish.
You will.
What if I choose fish? What if I choose fish? Cried out the fence sitter. And I regret that I didn't choose goat. Even now, goat and fish, in the yard that neighbors goat versus fish, you can hear the clucking of fence sitters trying to interrupt the sermon of goat versus fish. How inconsiderate of the neighbors of goat versus fish that they would have fence sitters making all of this commotion during a service of goat versus fish, during a sacred service of goat versus fish. Have they no respect for the congregation and the community of goat versus fish, goat versus fish, goat versus fish? We are very verse,ful for this sacred grounds and these sacred seas of the congregation of the Temple of Goat versus Fish. Silence! Silence, fence creatures. Silence, fence creatures. We're trying to have a special services here. We're trying to have a 100th morning motivation of goat versus fish. Yes, the fence sitter thought of choosing goat and thought of choosing fish, but deep within them was a fear. Fear, it drives the fence sitter. The fence sitter does not control its fear. It is the fear that controls the fence. Some fear making the wrong choice, though there is no right or wrong, there's only goat and fish. Some fear the judgment of others. Some fear that they are not thinking too clearly, They do not trust themselves. The fence sitter does not trust their own verses. Some do not trust their own verses. Some fence sitters, they fear losing. They say, what if in the choosing I choose the side that is losing? Some goat and fish fear winning. Some fence sitters fear winning. They fear, well, what if I choose goat? What if I choose fish? And then I win, and then my life has to anew begin. The fence sitter, in its very comfort, you see, may begin to fear any sort of change, be it loss or be it gain. And goat and fish, a fearful fence sitter, could never have accomplished a mighty temple construction of goat versus fish. Show them the whole temple of goat versus fish, wide verses. Yes, goat and fish, we have done it. There were fires. Oh, there were great warehouse fires and 85 million pounds of rotting flesh between Arizona and Los Angeles. But did that stop goat versus fish? Did burning solar cells on the top of an industrial fire stop goat versus fish from the 100th morning motivational temple of goat versus fish? Goat versus fish cannot be stopped. Goat versus fish cannot be stopped. No. It is only the fence sitter who would give up on goat versus fish. It is only the fence sitter who would not believe in themselves. But goat versus fish knows that you and also you. Goat versus fish believes in you. You can get off the fence. You can choose goat or fish. You can join the congregation of goat versus fish. And your very existence can be a celebration that fills goat versus fish and all of your fellow goat and fish with elation. Celebration for the elation of goat versus fish. 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 We'll now turn to the congregation. Goat versus fish will now turn to the congregation to read and respond to your questions, comments, and concerns to goat versus fish. Let us focus upon the congregation of goat versus fish. Now is the verses to say what you wish to say to goat versus fish. And while we say now you can play the backing verses. You can play some backing verses to goat versus fish. As we read the questions and concerns of the congregation, we are here for you, goat versus fish. Thanks for believing in me, says eventually Goldfish. Well, thank you for believing in Goat vs. Fish. Thank you for believing in Goat vs. Fish. You thank Goat vs. Fish for believing in you. We thank you for believing in Goat vs. Fish, believing in you. And we believe that you can thank Goat vs. Fish from now until the very last and end of your verses. We believe in your verses to keep thanking Goat vs. Fish. Let us thank Goat vs. Fish. Always thank Goat vs. Fish. Always thank Goat vs. Fish. Always thank Goat vs. Fish. Appreciation. Appreciation. Tyrus, appreciation for your contribution to Goat vs. Fish, for your 200 bits of contribution to Goat vs. Fish. Hi-Fi, you're scrolling way back into the verses. We want the new verses, the new verses, the new verses. Appreciation, Tyrus, for your continued contribution to Goat vs. Fish. What is this versus? TML has to see internal specialist today. TML. Goat vs. Fish does not know that versus. And
TML 81.
oh, TML. Has to see an internal specialist today at 1 p.m. and is very worried about the results and asked us to send prayers to him. Well, Goat vs. Fish does declare. Goat vs. Fish does declare. You may pray to Goat vs. Fish if you wish, only if you wish. Goat vs. Fish does not demand that you pray to Goat vs. Fish, but Goat vs. Fish won't stop you from praying to Goat vs. Fish. But Goat and Fish of the congregation, one of our very own, TML the Fish. TML the Fish is awaiting some results today. Will the results be Goat? Will the results be Fish? Let us hope it's not fence. Let us take a verses of prayer for TML 81 in the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. Okay, we did it. Appreciation to TML, and appreciation to I Can Fix Amber Heard for sharing this verses with the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. We have... You may think that your highlighted messages are easier for Goat vs. Fish to read, but actually it's quite the reverse. Who is that who is saying, I will forever thanks Goat vs. Fish? Hi-Fi, who is that who is saying, I will forever thanks Goat vs. Fish? Nebraska Joe Dirt says, I will forever thanks Goat vs. Fish for saving me from the deserts of AZ, And while this is versing Hi-Fi, you can just keep changing camera angles and moving around for visualization just for the fun of Goat vs. Fish. You're trying to find the verses.
Yeah, I Can Fix Amber Heard's referring to. They said show Goat vs. Fish, the TML message. I was trying to find it.
Oh, well, we think the TML message was just what they were saying about. We think we responded to that verses. We think we found that verses. Celebration from Nebraska Joe Dirt, for saving, who thanks Goat vs. Fish for saving me from the deserts of Arizona. Appreciation for TML for 100 bits to Goat vs. Fish for your contribution to Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish will now regale you with the verses of rescuing TML from the deserts of Arizona. Goat vs. Fish did verses to a place called Arizona for the Uncle Joe Show's Freak City 2026. Celebration for freaks.
I like that you looked at me.
Well, you are here with Goat vs. Fish.
That's true.
You are here with Goat vs. Fish.
I am covered in
Do you
fish.
deny that you are a freaky fish?
No, I guess not.
Celebration for freaky fish, and freaky goat alike. So Goat vs. Fish did drive the Goat vs. Fish mobile through all hours of the night, without rest, without relaxation, but safety first, Goat and Fish. But without rest or relaxation, Goat vs. Fish did drive from Los Angeles to Arizona. And when Goat vs. Fish arrived in the Goat vs. Fish mobile, Goat vs. Fish said, Now is a versus for the rest of Goat vs. Fish. Now is a versus for the rest of Goat vs. Fish. We have journeyed to Freak City, and now it's time for the rest of Goat vs. Fish. When suddenly came a message to Goat vs. Fish from the fish known as Nebraska Joe Dirt, who had come all the way from Nebraska to the searing heat of Arizona. And Nebraska Joe Dirt cried out to Goat vs. Fish, "I'm abandoned. The freaks have abandoned me. I don't know where I am. I don't know where is my Airbnb. I do not know where I am, and I have no plan. I am simply wandering the suburbs of Arizona. Help me, Goat vs. Fish. Help me, Goat vs. Fish. Help me, Goat vs. Fish." For many hours, Nebraska Joe Dirt did wander the deserts of Arizona in dehydration. And there was only Goat vs. Fish versing between Nebraska Joe Dirt and certain fence. How long can a fish last in the deserts of Arizona without any hydration? And so Goat vs. Fish drove to their last known location. They said, "I am at a shop of caffeination," Goat vs. Fish. "I'm at a shop of caffeination." And Goat vs. Fish said, We'll be there in but 10 minuets. You just stay there, Nebraska Joe Dirt Fish. You just stay there. Don't give up on Goat vs. Fish. But by the verses that Goat vs. Fish was there, guess who wasn't there? Nebraska Joe Dirt wasn't there anymore. Nebraska Joe Dirt had wandered off into the deserts of Arizona again. They wandered again. For those who were there with the caffeination, they said to Nebraska Joe Dirt, they said, "You leave this place. You leave this place now. You leave this place now, Nebraska Joe Dirt." They rejected Nebraska Joe Dirt, and they told Nebraska Joe Dirt to wander away.
Why?
We don't know.
I feel like there's more to the story there.
We think, well, much is lost in the haze and in the phase.
Sure.
Of Nebraska Joe Dirt back in those verses.
He had been exiled.
Perhaps Nebraska Joe Dirt can shed some light on that. Why did you get deportation from the caffeination?
And Nebraska Joe Dirt continued to wander. Oh! My phone is dead, cried out Nebraska Joe Dirt in one final verses before the communication went silence. And now, it was up to Goat vs. Fish. After 19 million hours of driving, Goat vs. Fish, at 10 a.m., now drove up and down the streets of Phoenix, Arizona, hoping to find Nebraska Joe Dirt. But Goat vs. Fish believed in Nebraska Joe Dirt, and Nebraska Joe Dirt believed in Goat vs. Fish. And with assistance from ADHD Paul, Goat vs. Fish saw there wandering in a great shirt of yellow, there, wandering the roads of Arizona, was Nebraska Joe Dirt. Goat vs. Fish, even without the power of the interwebiverse, there by the power of Goat vs. Fish, Nebraska Joe Dirt entered the Goat vs. Fish mobile, where we gave them hydration with ice and hibiscus. And it was a hydration celebration. Goat vs. Fish saved Nebraska Joe Dirt. Goat vs. Fish. Nebraska Joe Dirt was saved by Goat vs. Fish. And to Freak City they went. And all the lamentations of Nebraska Joe Dirt, they faded away. And we lived to celebration. Another freaking day celebration. And it's another freaking day, Goat and Fish. It's another freaking day. Oh, are you inspired by a song? It's another freaking day.
I think that's a song from Heathers.
Oh, who are they?
That is a musical about mean goats who are mean in high school, and then a good fish takes them out. That's it. That's the plot. can I address something in the chat really quick?
Addressing by Carolyn GoatVsFish.
Okay, sorry, I can
Hi-fi,
fix it.
keep moving that camera around. Keep it fascination. Keep looking at different verses. Keep going around.
I don't know
and
where the
seeing
camera
different.
is.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to address I Can Fix Amber Heard. I am wearing the tank top. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know where the camera is.
Well, there's one in this verses.
Okay.
There's one in this verses.
Okay. Oh,
And
well,
there's one. And
My
there's
son.
Looking directly at you.
and there's one in this verses. There's one in
It's
this.
funny.
You see this verses here?
This one? Okay.
There's that
I'm
versus.
gonna
Do you wanna-
angle. Well, it's just can they see it is the question.
GoatVsFish welcomes Carolyn GoatVsFish to the verses to share the mighty merch of GoatVsFish. Let us hear a verses. Are you ready to sermonization about this mighty shirt of
About this
GoatVsFish?
mighty shirt? Absolutely.
Yes, regale them. Goat and Fish here to regale us with tales of merches and purchases. It's Carolyn GoatVsFish.
Cute.
Also,
Wow, what a treat. What?
I was just gonna say, Nebraska Joe Dirt gave some insight. They said they may have been slightly inebriated.
Yeah,
so
slightly.
There's some clarification there.
Slightly, I believe
Before
that.
you begin, just wanted to point that out.
Okay, so I was on my way here. I was quite late, and I. Okay, hold on. We'll get through the chat. Okay, so I was on my way here, and I could not remember who purchases this amazing GoatVsFish workout tank top. It's really great. It's very Fairly Odd Parents coded, but I love it. Thank you, I Can Fix Amber Heard. You won it for me in a marble race, and I appreciate it. I forgot about it for many, many weeks until I was at a party with GoatVsFish, and then I said, "Oh wait, don't you have my tank top?" And it had just arrived, so it was kismet. This is great. There's lots of merch on GoatVsFish. I own so much of it now because it's great. Did she get the mug? I don't know if I got the mug. Did I get the mug? I don't think I went home with it. Did I?
You drank from it.
I
remember
drank
you had
from it.
and then yeah. So
Did I leave it here? I didn't know if it was for me.
Did you address this? This is whoa. Just creating goat with the comparison. Heather's the musical. Did you address that? Okay.
Why is this a surprise? I'm fish. I'm fish all the way. I will degrade goat all day long. Like it's my job. It is kind of my job right now. Did you get the mug? No, I didn't get the mug. I think I drank from it.
So the shirt wasn't in the mug?
No, it wasn't. The
Okay.
mug was separate. Oh, there's someone here, but GoatVsFish not here, so I'm not sure if I should introduce this guest. Nope. Okay. Should I have mentioned there was a guest? Probably not.
You did say the thing out loud.
Huh? Okay. Well, I did.
I
This
want to
is
hear more
gonna
about
be
this
a
merch.
surprise. Okay, the merch. Okay, the merch. This I believe is available on GoatVsFish.com. I don't know, but there's a lot of great fish merch. I also have a fish shirt. It's at home. Hi, Sunny. I have a fish shirt at home. I've got there is the mug. So I have a small mug at home. That one I do have, and I got that the first time I came here. But there was also the 20-ounce camping, or not a camping mug, but the 20-ounce mug. And there's a camping mug. The mugs are great. I'm a big mug person. I love my mug. I paid for the mug. Okay. Should have gotten it a few weeks ago. Well, all right. There's apparently a big mug in it for me. Maybe that's what's happening now. Am I getting a big mug? What's happening here? I don't know. Hi-Fi is on cam control. Yeah, well, he's... yeah, okay. But the mugs, I believe, are available on the merch site. The merch is great. I gotta say, this tank top is really comfortable. It's very soft. It washed well. I've washed it a few times, and it hasn't peeled at all. My fish shirt, very much the same. I've worn it a bunch of times. It's a good bedtime shirt. I'm not like a pajamas person, but I'll wear like a cotton shirt.
GoatVsFish.
In case you wanted to know. So buy the merch is all I have to say. I don't know. It's kind of left up here. Is this for me that's coming, or am I getting my hopes up for no reason? No, I don't know if you can hear me. Quality products, yes. Quality products, Nebraska Joe Dirt. But Nebraska Joe Dirt, I want to get back though to you being in the desert and kicked out of a coffee shop. Listen, we've all done it. We've all been there. Yeah, buy the merch. Remember, the purple is harder to read, my friend. The purple is a little harder to read. I have incredible vision, but not everyone. Now I can't see the chat at all. So, Sonny, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm good. I've always been fish.
You always what? You're always fish?
I've always been fish.
You have not always been fish.
I've always been fish.
Uh-oh. Are there more fence sitters here?
See, that's what happens.
They're coming in on all sides. They're coming from the front. They're coming from the back.
I'm pretty sure that's Carolyn.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's Carolyn.
That's Carolyn?
Yeah.
I'm Carolyn.
Yeah.
Well, I could do a.
Really nice to speak.
Hello.
Carolyn. Oh, hi. Whoa. Oh, are you okay?
I think so. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was very nice. Okay. Well, I'm free to give you the podium.
Hello,
I'll get out of
congregation.
here.
Oh no, I'm just here to sit.
Oh.
What's this? That's no goat.
I also realized I've been double mic'd this whole time. I hope I wasn't super loud. Sorry. Is this for me?
Oh, that's what the red is for.
They can no longer hear you, Sunshine.
Oh.
You've been reversed by bird brain.
Oh,
Whoa.
sorry.
Behold, behold.
Oops.
Behold the mug of goat versus fish. 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 Behold the mug of goat versus fish.
Do you want me to hold it?
Behold, we're waiting for Hi-Fi to zoom in on the mug of goat versus fish. Behold the mug of goat versus fish. Behold it even more. Keep beholding it. Behold it, behold it. Behold the 20-ounce mug of goat versus fish.
The mug.
Celebration. This versus is for you, Carolyn. This versus is for you.
Hey.
Can anyone hear me?
As you have to flip it on.
Wait, how do I?
On the top of the verses. Celebration.
Hello.
There's the verses.
Hello.
There's the verses.
Hello. Can
Hello.
anyone hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I need help.
We can hear you.
What do you need help with?
We can hear you.
What kind of help?
I have all the help.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Behold.
I have too much help.
Behold the pouring of the caffeination. The pouring of the caffeination. The pouring of the Seattle's goat versus fish. Medium roast.
My gosh, you really sprung for me. Thank you.
Ooh. Spread.
Good morning, congregation.
Hi, Bird Brain.
Good morning, bird brain.
Here is your
Celebration.
20-ounce mug of goat
Celebration.
versus fish, gifted to you by the congregation of Goat versus Fish.
Thank you. Wow, this is really special.
Please offer your gratitude to the congregation of Goat
Yes.
versus Fish.
Thank you, congregation. Specifically, I Can Fix Amber Heard. I'm gonna be so careful with this. I promise I'm not gonna spill anything in the congregation today. I'm not gonna spill a single thing. I don't think they can. Oh, can they see you? Oh, good. I'm gonna take my first sip of the delicious black coffee, Seattle's best Goat versus Fish.
Shot, 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 shot,
Shot.
Can't be
shot,
chugging
shot,
black
shot,
coffee.
shot, shot.
shot.
I'm not hungover. That's the only reason.
Why not?
Why not? Well, because I don't drink every night. That would be problematic.
No! The Preston showed up. You hear that?
But thank you very much to congregation. I'm very gratuitous. Gratuitous is not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm grateful. It's much easier. Maybe I am drunk. I'm kidding. I'm not. But maybe. Is there something in this?
Sugar?
There's coffee.
And see, I saw it coming from a mile away, and I still let it happen. But thank you very much. I don't know if you guys noticed this about me. I'm a huge coffee drinker, and I love big mugs. My apartment I have many mugs, probably at least 30 mugs, and I like the big ones the best. I'm a size queen when it comes to mugs. So thank you very much.
I've got a big bug.
And thank you. Thank you very much. I will let you have the podium back.
Chug.
Half of a chug.
Half a chug.
Celebration for the gifting of the merch to the congregation of Goat versus Fish. Celebration, celebration.
Can I point out one more thing? It's irrelevant, but Sunny and I are dressed like a gender reveal party right now.
Oh.
It looks like we're dressed for a very different event.
Who's gonna take off the coat?
Gender is a false versus.
Gender is a false versus.
Gender is a false versus.
Happy Pride.
Take pride in your choice of goat or fish. Take pride in your choice of goat or fish.
Lady. Everyone got named
Goat versus fish. Goat versus.
Okay, sorry.
Goat versus fish is at the verses now.
Go ahead.
Goat versus fish is at the verses now.
Sorry. I just didn't
This is a very serious versus.
Okay.
Very serious.
Okay, I'll drink my coffee.
Appreciation.
Thank you.
Celebration for the merch from the congregation of Goat versus Fish. Yes, Goat versus Fish bestows many gifts. Goat versus Fish bestows many gifts. And some say that Goat versus Fish is the greatest gift of all, the greatest gift of all. But as the goat and fish were enjoying the gifts of the temple of the congregation of Goat versus Fish, where the caffeination flowed freely, the free-flowing caffeination of Goat versus Fish in the congregation, there wandered in a strange creature, which the goat and fish had never seen before. For out of the neighbor's chicken coop, where the fence sitters clucked all day and all night, there was one who broke free from the fence, who broke free from the containment of the coop. There was one who flew the coop. And some say that as it pecked its way through the fence, and moved its head through, that a part of the fence scraped the very top of its head, exposing its skull and brain, yes! Its brain became open to the sights and sounds of the universe. An open mind had this chicken, an open mind to the splendor of the universe and the world of Goat versus Fish, when it broke free from the fence. But the fence exacted a cost. For though the exposed brain allowed this fence creature to perceive Goat versus Fish in so many ways, the fence, in its horrible vengeance, said, "Let this be a reminder to you," as it scraped the very eye of the chicken out of its very head. Ah! A goat for a goat, a fish for a fish, a brain for an eye, and an eye for a brain, there wandered into the congregation full of radiation and musication. It was Bird Brain! And now a song of Bird Brain,
Bird Brain.
And the congregation, you keep that verses going. Bird Brain. That's one.
Bird brain. Oh, I'm sorry.
Bird Brain. Bird Brain. One more verses. All together, you in the congregation watching now. Bird Brain.
Bird.
Bird Brain. Goat versus Fish. Broadcasting Goat versus Fish throughout the universe indeed. But even as Goat versus Fish broadcast Goat versus Fish to the followers of Goat versus Fish, so did Bird Brain cast Bird Brain's adventures of watching the congregation of Goat versus Fish to their own congregation of followers of Bird Brain. And Bird Brain brought the chicken head followers to Goat vs. Fish, and Goat vs. Fish brought the goat and fish to the chicken heads. And together they played, and together they played at the Whiskey A Go-Go and beyond and beyond.
Woo!
From the tiniest hill to the shallowest pond, Goat and Fish and Radioactive Chicken Heads made musications together forever. Celebration.
Celebration.
Yay!
And the Bird Brain did look upon the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. Hi-Fi, get ready to just show all the camera angles everywhere, okay? And the congregate looked at the congregation, Bird Brain, with its one eye drooping down. Could see all around. With one eye flexible and moving about. Let us look at the Bird Brain. Let us look at the Bird Brain eye. Go to the goat cam. You've got the goat cam. Go to the goat cam. Let's look at that. Yes, there, wow. Yes. With the eye moving all around, Bird Brain could see many things in the temple of the congregation of Goat vs. Fish that could not be perceived by your average goat and fish. And the Bird Brain said to Goat vs. Fish, "Why don't I come to this temple of Goat vs. Fish? Why don't I get my mighty tools, and why don't I, the mighty Bird Brain, affix some of these cameras to the ceiling of the congregation of Goat vs. Fish?" And it was written that the Bird Brain did affix the cameras to the congregation of Goat vs. Fish, so that you all on the interwebiverse can now see Goat vs. Fish. Celebration for Bird Brain.
That's very cool.
For showing you all the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. And now to regale you with the verses of affixing the cameras to the congregation of Goat vs. Fish, and also adding filtration systems to the computation of Goat vs. Fish, from which we now stream Goat vs. Fish invitation Bird Brain to the verses, invitation Bird Brain to the verses, after we ask you, are you goat or are you fish?
I am goat.
Celebration for goat, celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. It's Bird Brain. Welcome to Goat vs. Fish.
Thank you. Celebration.
So they are going to be hearing you in your own amplification, and they may also be hearing you from here. So we could temporarily remove this verses as they hear from you now. We'll do this. We'll just do this.
Sounds good.
Hi. Welcome to Goat vs. Fish.
Thud, 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 thud. Good evening.
Woo! Boo.
Now, yes, it is true that I am goat.
Boo.
And it is true that some are fish.
Yay.
And we find ourselves in, what do you call this? Conflict. We find ourselves in a terrible conflict. A confluence of confliction, of constriction, as the goat fulfills the fish's deepest desires of becoming fish. Fish becomes fish, while goat remains goat. Sometimes goat does become fish. Sometimes the fish stays the fish. But wait, there's also fence sitters. Oh no, the fence sitters, they sit on us like we are just mere fences. But we are not just fences, we are goat or fish. Some of us may be goat and fish. Where is that fence? Who's to say? We don't know anymore, because the fence confuses our brain. Our deep, deep confusion in the brain.
Whoa.
But could it be that the goat and the fish can find unity in the verses?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Well, we have differing opinions about that, and that's fine. Differing opinions. That sows conversations and communications and celebrations. Celebrations. And thus we find ourselves fixing the amber herds and Saturning the lords and coyoteing the Vincies
And dirting the Joes.
and dirting the Joes. And as all of these beautiful souls become reversed, we converse. We canverse the converse of the verses of the Temple of Goat versus Fish. But then, also on top of that, there are chickens. I am part chicken and part human. My friends in the back of the yard are all chicken. Some of us may just be chicken heads. Some of us may be mics without a head, or mics without a cable. All that we know is that chickens are special souls and must be revered. Whether you are goat or fish, you must consider the chicken and the head of the chicken. Now, let us converse on the verses. Click.
It was very well done. I didn't agree with it, but
Thank you.
well performed.
Congregation, let us consider the chicken. Some say that tuna is the chicken of the sea. Does that mean that chicken is the tuna of the land? Let us consider the chicken. Is the chicken goat, or is the chicken fish? Dear congregation, chatting to goat versus fish. Goat in the congregation if you say chicken is goat. Fish in the congregation if you say chicken is fish. Goat versus fish. Will now investigation the congregation to see who is goat, who is saying chicken is goat, and who is saying chicken is fish. Ham Mod says chicken is goat. That's one for goat. That's one for goat. Pathtest says they want goat. Let them be goat. Yes, Birdbrain has chosen goat, and it's a celebration for goat. Rent Stallion says the other white meat, but there is no black or white. There's only goat and fish. As we ponder, if a chicken is a goat or a fish, it is now time, as the congregation has gathered here, for a meditation of goat versus fish. Also, our dearest hi-fi, would you please type in the Twitch chat? In the Twitch chat, you have to go to the Twitch, that's the YouTube chat, to the Twitch chat. Or someone, it can be anyone, it's okay, hi-fi, it's okay, we'll leave it to the congregation. Someone in the congregation, exclamation RCH, goat versus fish, exclamation BB, for bird brain. Exclamation BB. We believe exclamation BB should give you bird brain. But if not, exclamation RCH for bird brain. Celebration. No, hi-fi, no, just focus on cameras, hi-fi. We apologization. Don't despair. Don't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Make some noise for hi-fi protege.
Woohoo!
Make some noise for hi-fi protege, who we now wish to give an appreciation. Those of you who are watching Goat vs. Fish, there is some special. There are even things that even in the power of bird brain's dangling eye vision, there are some things that even you cannot see, but you will just have to perceive. You'll have to perceive with your mind's eye and your eye's mind. For here, hanging above Goat vs. Fish, we invitation all of you here in the congregation, to behold the mighty art of Goat vs. Fish, this mighty painting of hi-fi protege that hangs gloriously in the Temple of Goat vs. Fish. Let us give some appreciation for this mighty painting of hi-fi protege hanging here for us all to enjoy in its adoration.
Woo! It's a beautiful painting.
Celebration for the adoration. Celebration for the adoration. As a matter of verses, we think this might be fun. Let us rise. Let us rise. Not you, hi-fi. Let us rise. Let us rise. Hi-fi. We will now zoom out of Goat vs.
I'm so worried about leaving that.
Oh no! Oh, sunshine. You can keep playing. What we're going to do now is you are going to look at Carolyn and Bird Brain, the goat and the fish, and Goat vs. Fish, both from the front and from the back. And you're just going to watch us staring at the painting of Goat vs. Fish that you made that they can't see, but you might be able to see if you go to Bird Brain's Twitch channel, birdbrain_RCH. Is that the verses?
Yes.
birdbrain_RCH on Twitch.
Yes.
If you go to birdbrain_RCH on Twitch, you can view the painting of Hi-Fi Protege on birdbrain_RCH, and you can offer your celebrations. And now you will watch Bird Brain, Carolyn, and Goat vs. Fish observing in contemplation the painting of Hi-Fi Protege to the musications of Sunshine. And you can just watch in adoration as you look at us looking at a painting of Hi-Fi Protege. That sounds like great content to Goat vs. Fish.
This is really great content. Are we discussing the painting or just looking at it?
We're just observing it to the musications of Sunshine.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Great content.
Yes, goat and fish of the congregation, you may have said, we like this close-up of goat versus fish, but we kind of want them to see everyone here in the congregation of goat versus fish, yes. You may have said, wow, that was kind of a long contemplation, goat versus fish. That was a long time just to listen to musicians and to stare at a painting of goat versus fish. You may have thought that, dearest viewers of Goat vs. Fish on the interwebiverse for the 100th morning motivational celebration.
Woo.
You may have thought that. You may have thought Goat vs. Fish, wow, this is a lot of pomp and circumstance. This is a lot of long discussion about Goat vs. Fish. We're taking forever, Goat vs. Fish. Oh, and then we have one speaker after another, and Goat vs. Fish is just talking about Goat vs. Fish, and it's long verses, and it's long musications, and... But Goat vs. Fish, Goat vs. Fish, Goat vs. Fish offers you no apologization for the length and tediousness of a sermon of Goat vs. Fish. For would it not be a temple of Goat vs. Fish? Would it not be a services of Goat vs. Fish? Would it not be a services of Goat vs. Fish if half of your verses wasn't spent wondering how much longer that you have to be here as you are there in tedium and boredom? Would it not be a true temple? Would it not be a service of Goat vs. Fish if you were not there partially out of a sense of your own devotion and obligation, wondering, how much longer is this going to go on? When can I drink my inebriation? When is the 100th celebration of the morning motivation going to stop being this long, tedious service that just keeps going over and over and over and over and over in circles around and round and round and round like a great unification of goat and fish? But that's the services of Goat vs. Fish. And now that we have here a temple of Goat vs. Fish, await, dear congregation. For this is a special 100th morning motivational services style service of Goat vs. Fish. And the Goat and Fish of the congregation, we will have contemplation, we will have discussion, we will have conversation. And perhaps some of the morning motivations will be here in the temple of Goat vs. Fish. Perhaps Goat vs. Fish will provide for you a Sunday services of Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish may have an afternoon services where we can invite Goat and Fish to come to the congregation from verses around. Yes, this is a profound beginning of a new verses of Goat vs. Fish. The temple is open. Celebration, the temple is open.
Celebration!
The temple is open for Goat vs. Fish. The temple is now open for Goat vs. Fish.
Whoa.
Many verses ago it was promised. Goat vs. Fish was observing the Patreon of Goat vs. Fish, and it was nearly a year ago that Goat vs. Fish took our first pictures within the temple of Goat vs. Fish with the sea and with the land, and we said soon the temple is coming, and now the temple is here, and Goat vs. Fish wishes to thank everyone here for encouraging Goat vs. Fish, for helping Goat vs. Fish. This temple would not have been construction without any of the ones who are here with Goat vs. Fish. Appreciation to all of you here with Goat vs. Fish, and all of you on the interwebiverse. Appreciation to all of you on the interwebiverse for all of your support of Goat vs. Fish. We've done it, Goat and Fish. After 100 morning motivationals, the promise of Goat vs. Fish, the promise of Goat vs. Fish, the promise of Goat vs. Fish has become true. Goat vs. Fish on the 100th morning motivational gives the temple to you. Appreciation to the congregation. And Path Test says, I'm just here to get help with my doofus son. Yes, there are many doofuses within our lives. Yes, and they all need Goat vs. Fish. They all need Goat vs. Fish. Bring your doofuses to the congregation of Goat vs. Fish, and we'll ask that doofus, are you goat or are you fish? Celebration. We see you, Rad Rooster. Celebration.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
And now, a meditation of Goat vs. Fish. Appreciation, 552 bits from Blackstone 514. Appreciation for your contribution to Goat vs. Fish.
Appreciation!
Oh, that's sick.
This is the youth outreach portion of our sermonization. Yeah, we're having fun. We have fun, modern musications in the Temple of GoatVsFish. Welcome to the youth outreach portion of the GoatVsFish sermonization.
I thought this is modern. It's like 80s.
Okay, that's enough youth outreach for now. Exclamation SAN, exclamation sun in the congregation to follow sunshine with the youth outreach and musications appreciation sunshine. It is time now for our meditation. It's time now for meditation. Those of you in the congregation, you can show your devotion to the meditation. Exclamation SAN, SAN, SAN. You can show your devotion to the meditation by posting emotes of unification or the shaking head of GoatVsFish, or just by saying GoatVsFish in the congregation, or you may type nothing to GoatVsFish and truly enjoy the meditation. GoatVsFish will give this brief verses. You have many fancy thoughts. You're thinking about your doubts. You're thinking about all those things you have to do. You're thinking about the verses that you have to get through. But we invitation all of you to clear your mind of these fancy thoughts. If you have one, that's okay too. But do not let that fence define you. Do not let that fence define you. Let that fancy thought pass through you, and return to GoatVsFish, in this mighty meditation of GoatVsFish. Inhalation, GoatVsFish. And exhale those fences. Yes, on this interwebiverse, we have many distractions. We swipe goat ways, we swipe fish ways. And you know that you could deserve verses some time for meditation and contemplation. So, let us let this brief verses be that meditation for you, a service of the services of GoatVsFish.
Vinci Theody contribution $3. Team Goat all the way.
And during the meditation, the goat and fish did make their offerings to GoatVsFish, and with great appreciation, all of your offerings are returned to the Temple of GoatVsFish. And let it be versed, that now that we have this place that we can call the Temple of GoatVsFish, we are one versus closer to becoming a 501c3 non-profit organization. Celebration!
Ooh.
GoatVsFish. Who knows for how much longer will GoatVsFish be a profit for profit? maybe we'll be a profit for non-profit. Celebration.
Yes.
We now invitation to come to speak to the congregation. We now invitation, turning off your own personal microphone as you will be using this one. We invitation Sunshine to give a speech to the congregation. Sunshine has been here since some of the very earliest morning motivations of Goat vs. Fish. And Sunshine said unto Goat vs. Fish, I may have travels ahead, but I would not miss the 100th morning motivation. I would never dare miss the 100th morning motivation and to be here with the congregation. So here to offer you some reflections and contemplations about the verses that has brought you here and us together to the 100th morning motivational of Goat vs. Fish in the Temple of Goat vs. Fish. We invitation to the verses. Sunshine, celebration for sunshine. Oh, my verses.
Celebration. Hello, goats. Hello, fish.
Hi, Sonny.
How are you?
Good.
We're here gathered today on this 100th episode of the Morning Motivational, and there's only one true question, is whether we are already goat or whether we are already fish, and whether we are looking to convert, and are we sitting on the fence, which is not even a question. There are a few of those who think it's whimsical to sit on the fence like Amber Heard and Hi-Fi Protege for a very brief moment before he switched back to goat, which is a pretty indecisive part on his part. But all is forgiven on the 100th episode, for we are here to celebrate the 100th episode of Goat vs. Fish, Morning Motivational.
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah.
And Sunshine, i.e. me, I joined in maybe 2 weeks in, 1 weekend. And I've been here 4 days a week since till about the start of June, after which I had some recording commitments. I had to dial it back to 2 days a week. And Sunday, I'm going to be flying off to Sri Lanka versus for a couple of weeks. Yeah. And in Sri Lanka, I'll be scouting out goats and fish of the various sort. Tentatively, since I'm there on other family matters. But off and on, there will be a goat sighting, a fish sighting. And I shall report back and see as to what the American division of Goat vs. Fish has to say about it. From anything that is filmed, I might ask around Eluwada, Maluda, and see if there's a surrounding of few who would like to answer that very question. So, what the B-band Kari Patya, who you may have seen in the chat, may join me about my adventures, so you might see them. If my internet connection is good enough to stream, that is. If not, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And until then, this is the 100th episode. Celebration for unification. Celebration, yeah, unification. Hey. Hi-Fi needs to give a speech also.
Not true.
Hi-Fi needs to tell us a love story.
Oh.
That's a true versus. Hi-Fi, you're on deck, but now Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish wishes to offer a mournful verses. Goat and Fish, here in the congregation of Goat vs. Fish, we celebration the living goat and fish who can choose goat or fish. You have a life with which you can get off the fence and do what you wish to do. Celebration for you, celebration for you. However, it is true that many do succumb to the false verses of ghost versus flesh. There are many of those who we wish could be here with us in the congregation today who have gone on to the great verses in the sky. Higher, higher, higher than any fence could possibly go. Fish and goat, yes. We now take a verses to remember. Those of us, let us take a verses in silence. Let us take a verses in silence now to remember the goat and fish and even a few fence sitters who are lost to us now, but never forgotten so long as we verses, so long as we verses. We enter our contemplation, we enter our contemplation. For those goat and fish who have succumbed to the false verses of ghost versus flesh. And as is tradition in this verses, if you wish, during this verses of silence, you may speak to utter the name, both in the chat and here in the congregation of Goat versus Fish. If there's a name whom you wish to say, whom you wish to speak out loud so that they may be remembered, you may do this, you may do this. We now begin our contemplation. Ronald. Goat versus Fish, invocation the name of Ronald the climbing goat. Ronald was a climbing goat with great ambition and intelligence. Ronald the climbing goat was known to Goat versus Fish for many verses, for many, many tens of millions of years was known Ronald the goat. Ronald the goat always believed in Goat versus Fish, Ronald the goat assisted in the production of Goat versus Fish, And with great ambition, Ronald the goat kept climbing, it's true. In one verses, they wanted to climb someplace new, someplace that had never been climbed before. And so they journeyed, to mountains near. Mountains near the Himalayas, they did. And with a troop of 10 or 11 or so, Ronald the goat did climb upon the ice, But the ice was soft, that verses. And Ronald the goat fell and was buried under the frozen sea of the fish. Ronald the goat was lost to us many verses ago now, but we remember Ronald, who gifted to Goat versus Fish before their departure from this mortal verse. This strange fence creature was a gift from Ronald the goat. It is said that when Ronald the goat tumbled in the ice upon the mountain, that the ice did melt, and the melted ice did flow into the sea of the fish, carrying the very essence of Ronald the goat. And there, deep in the sea of the fish, the horn of the goat did calcify around itself in a verses of protection. And so what may appear to us as a fence creature is somehow a goat that climbed into the sea of the fish, lived in the sea of the fish, and then ensconced itself in its own horns. Yes, the memories of the goat and fish have a strange way of surviving within us, and we give our heartfelt appreciation, this verse is, to Ronald the goat. Appreciation, Ronald the goat. I am not an oyster. I am a scallop.
Aren't scallops fish?
We now invitation Hi-Fi Protege, who was here until the early verses. Until 1, until 2, until 3, until 4 a.m. Hi-Fi Protege was here with some fence sitter, and it took all of Hi-Fi Protege's diligence to prevent that fence sitter from sabotaging this whole entire stream of Goat vs. Fish. So we give the verses now to Hi-Fi Protege to speak to us about their verses of Goat vs. Fish. Let us welcome to the celebration Hi-Fi Protege.
Woo!
Hi-Fi Protege, are you goat or are you fish?
Woo! Woo!
All right. I have a long speech prepared. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for the, what do we call this? The podium? The moment for you guys' time. I know you guys have been watching since episode 1, the very first motivation, when the first sun rose over the Goat vs. Fish morning. And we saw the very first one, and now we're at the, what is it, second, third? We're far along. And we're not done yet, right? That's the point. Even though this is 100, we're at the start of something. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll do the 1,000th episode. I don't know where we're going, okay? We're going to do a lot. Whatever you think is possible, you know, we've pulled this off, so I don't know what we're going to do. But if you imagine it, we'll make it happen. So get to working. Oh, we've got a lot of comments coming in. Okay,
You wrote all that down?
no, this is the prologue for my speech. I prepared this before.
Hi-Fi, are you aware that Sunny's like mogging the camera next to you
What is he doing?
during your speech? He's been-
Well, that's the only
The
time that
whole
he's getting it,
time.
because I've been making sure that he's not in frame the whole time. So he's getting his.
Well, you can't do anything now. That whole
whole
beginning
time?
of your speech, Sunny was in the camera just mogging.
That's what he does during the stream since before episode 1 even started.
I don't
Just
think I
before
could
he
get
was
in
even
there
on
if I
it.
tried. I don't feel like trying.
Sunshine, before he even provided music, he was mogging the camera.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
He's speaking. Don't.
no, this is good. I'm narrating the.
Well,
the
I'm just saying.
pan.
No, I'm saying I can fix Amber Heard says let him speak. I'm like, you're speaking.
Oh yeah, no, everybody can talk at the same time. I don't mind.
Well, do you have more to your speech? Was that it?
Well, I'm about to start it. So,
Oh.
so yeah, 'cause I was just talking about all the episodes leading up to the 100s.
Oh,
so
I kinda-
now.
Can I
Gotta
say
go
something
pretty soon.
too? Just kidding.
So all the work that Go vs. Fish has put in is so inspiring to everyone, and I know I see everyone inspiring everybody that checks in every day. They wake up every morning, every day they check in and say, "Hey, what they are, goat or fish?" And you guys know what I am.
Fish.
I'm at the podium, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like bring down a whole reign of terror upon you right now. So we're just gonna say I am goat.
Celebration for goat, celebration for goat.
Boo.
That's right.
Boo.
That's right. And we don't judge fish, whatever they may be, different from us goats. It's okay.
Better.
We're in here for unification. That's why I'm here. We've been here for unification. We're here to bring everyone together in this gigantic room. It sounds so big, and yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I'm so happy that we made it to the 100th. I got some rest.
Woo.
I got 4 hours. That's not the light, is it? Am I getting the goat? I thought I just got the light. Okay, no. I think the goat and fish are versing in front of me. It's not distracting at all. This is good, actually. But yeah, the 100th is really special. I was contemplating during the 99th. Goat vs. Fish drove these long hours through the desert to find people that are inebriated that aren't even there. In places. And that's kind of a really good summary of how this whole thing is, It's like he does the stream, he does the mornings, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the middle of the night. Sabotaging. Getting sabotaged, trying to do it in the middle of the night. But yeah, the morning motivations, I don't know. I think just like you guys, I feel motivated. It's morning, and I'm just looking for the next, the next morning motivation. If you guys are here for the 101st, Maybe you'll be here for the 1000th too. All right. I think. Should I leave off with like? You want a love story?
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
Lay it on us.
Well, that's all unification, you know, goat and fish. Long ago, there was a goat. And before that, there was a fish. And they met. The fish was older than the goat. Much older. Not even alive. But yet, they loved each other from far. From death, from life. And that was unifying to them. Because love transcends all. Thank you.
Aw. That was sweet. A little problematic, but very sweet.
No. Why are we poking holes? Why are we poking holes? It was a sweet story.
Because poking in holes is also part
We're
of
not-
love. For
The
some
story
people.
is whole. We don't need. The story is great at a surface level.
It's great.
Yeah.
I loved it. Even though you're a goat.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's where the unification comes from. Even though there's differences, even though one is a
Toleration.
terrible fish. Yeah, toleration. Tolerating terrible goats, terrible fish, and finding the good and the bad and the really bad and the really good.
Brother.
This makes you want to sing, dude. But what is talking if not speaking very calmly, right? What is singing but if not talking very calmly? No, wait, the other way around. What is talking if not singing very calmly? There we go. So yeah, I just I mean, I'm gonna cut it short. I was gonna do like another hour and a half, but I think I should cut it short because there's a long line behind me of people that want to speak. A long line. Longer than a fish can swim. Farther than a goat can see from its mountaintop. Whatever other fences you may think are there that are not really there, that you're imagining that because you can't get off of it. Wow. I was going to make up a chord. I was going to make up a music chord that Sunshine can't play. He's going to be like, what? What are you talking about? But he'll probably play it.
Sunshine can play anything.
He can play music before it's even... I'm dancing.
Conceived.
Before, yeah, exactly.
Another part of
I was
love,
I was
really.
thinking of a way of how I can express my joy of his music, and I was like, you know what, dancing. Yeah, before I'm even dancing, he's already...
Are you going to dance for us, high five? Whoa.
It's like Animal. All right, here we go. We're going to get a beat, and then we're going to do a rap. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. All right. Morning motivation. Everybody is from the nation. What? Which one? Goat versus fish. GVF. Abbreviated. These letters, they mean a lot. Which one are you? G or F?
F.
G or F?
F.
G or F?
F.
G or F?
F.
Say it at the same time. G or F?
F.
G or F?
F.
Whatever you may be. G or F?
F.
Whatever you may be. Don't think about it. You're sitting on the fence. Every side is what? Left or right? G or F?
F.
What are you? G or F?
G.
G or F? Don't think about it. Yeah, G or F?
F.
G or F? It's the morning motivation 100. You counted them. You were here for the first. You were here for the second. You were here for the third. We're going to go through all of them. You were here for the fifth. You were here for which one? The sixth. You were here for the seventh 2 times. You were here for the ninth. Yeah, you were here for the 10th. You were here for the 8th. You were here for the 11th. And you know what? We skipped a couple.
You skipped 8.
And then we went to...
I was here for the 18th. I think that's the first one I was on.
That's and in that time, you probably found that you were either G, which is goat, or F,
Definitely
which is fish.
Been F forever.
Or goat, a G, or for fish. G, goat, F, for fish. Yeah. I'm not gonna go back into the rhyme again, but I was about to because I'm feeling the bongos.
The bongos.
I'm a bongo.
What is this? Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, he's playing already the music before I'm even. He's already like finishing the song, and I haven't even started the lyrics.
It's really great.
So
the sun
good.
is starting to come out. The sunshine.
It inspires me. The moon is already always out. Okay, yeah, we're changing batteries. We're doing all of the musications. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna switch.
Celebration for Hi-Fi Protege! Celebration for Hi-Fi Protege! Goat and fish! Exclamation Hi-Fi in the congregation. Sunshine, we wish you to prepare a big celebration because on this 100th morning motivational of Goat vs. Fish, it was written that lysergic freak fish in the congregation of Goat vs. Fish gifted subscriptions to their fellow goat and fish. And on this verses, they gifted to the congregation. First, they gifted their 67th subscription to the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. Celebration for 6-7.
I was 66th.
And then lysergic freak fish did 1, 2, skip a few, gifted their 69th subscription to Goat vs. Fish. Celebration for the 69th gifted subscription from lysergic freak fish to Goat vs. Fish. Celebration.
Dedicate the 100. Do the 100. Do the 100.
And on that 69th verses, we are reminded that it is true. Unification can happen on Goat vs. Fish. The goat and fish can come together. But Goat and Fish, we will explore the unification of Goat vs. Fish on future sermons and on future verses of Goat vs. Fish. But we do here in the Temple of Goat vs. Fish recognition that in the beginning there was Goat vs. Fish, the goat fish, the very unity of goat and fish. And for those goat and fish who are in unification here in the congregation, you can hire Goat vs. Fish to do your weddings and bar and bat mitzvahs. Celebration! 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 For unification. Well, we think we're going to try. We want to attempt this. We want to attempt this hymn. So shall you give us a key to begin with, and then Goat vs. Fish will attempt to sing the verses.
I'm so sorry. Really quick, I have to go.
You have to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Make some noise for Carolyn Glow. Do you wish a final verses, or must you exit? Must you exit now?
I can do a very quick final verses.
Make some noise for Carolyn Glow, the very voice, the very song of Goat vs. Fish, with the final verses.
So sorry. I made a promise to go hang out with my nephew, so I'm gonna go do that. But before work. But my final verses is this: buy merch. Buy merch of the Goat vs. Fish. It's all really great quality, and I love it, and it's all up in my house. And it's really fun to explain to people when they come over. And I love all of you. This, like, truly, this has been a highlight of my year, getting to be part of this weird, wonderful thing. And I'm very grateful to Goat vs. Fish and all the lovely friends of the congregation. I love you all. Mwah. Thank you.
Celebration!
Celebration.
Celebration. Thank you.
The love you have for Goat vs. Fish is returned to you. Please deposit all amplification and listening devices of Goat vs. Fish back to the hi-fi protege upon your leaving of the congregation. Appreciation. Carolyn glowed, celebration for fish.
Bye.
So how shall we do this? Shall you give us a key to start in, and we'll see what we can do? Fading in. Try that versus fading away like the. Let's go. It's slightly higher. Slightly higher. Fading. Let's try that versus. Now we sing a hymn of Goat vs. Fish. We're going to attempt to do it with sunshine. We think it's a beautiful verses. We're reminded now of how the legacy we leave with the Temple of Goat vs. Fish will be here to last. Will be here to last for many verses to come. For what will we be remembered, Goat and Fish? For what will we be remembered? The verses we do here, now in the universe of Goat vs. Fish, fading away like the stars in the morning, losing their light in the glorious sun. Thus would we pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. Only remembered, only. Maybe Goat vs. Fish will just solo this verses.
Solo it might be good.
We'll solo this verses. Acapella Goat vs. Fish. Fading away like a fence in the verses, losing their light in the glorious sun. Thus would we pass from this verse and its toiling, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. Thus would we pass from this verse and its toiling, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. Shall we be missed though by others succeeded, reaping the fields in the verses we've sown? No, for the sowers may pass from their verses, only remembered for fish versus goat. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for fish versus goat. Thus way may we pass from this verse and its toiling, only remembered for fish versus goat. Only in truth that in life we have spoken, only the seeds on the verse we have sown, these shall pass onwards when we are forgotten, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. These shall pass onward when we are forgotten, only remembered for Goat vs. Fish. And if we are only remembered for Goat vs. Fish, we will consider it a blessing upon Goat vs. Fish. For Goat vs. Fish is a beautiful verses with which we include you, Goat and Fish, here in the congregation, here watching the 100th morning motivation of Goat vs. Fish. we offer you this final celebration. And now, for a bit of recreation. Celebration for the 100th morning motivation of Goat vs. Fish. We did it, GoatVsFish. We did it, GoatVsFish. Celebration, 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 celebration. We now wish to give before we begin our recreations, we will first go onto the YouTube of Goat vs. Fish. We're going to go on the YouTube of Goat vs. Fish. We're going to look at a previous morning motivation of Goat vs. Fish. We're going to look at a previous morning motivation of Goat vs. Fish, and we're going to look here. Here we are. We found it. We now give an appreciation. We can get some nice musications during this verses. To the humble congregation, the donors to Goat vs. Fish at patreon.com/GoatVsFish, where you can give 5, 10, 20, or more American dollars a month to support additions to the Temple of GoatVsFish. Yes, we want more art of Goat vs. Fish. If you have an artistic talent, be it musicians, a painting, a sculpture, whatever it may be, send a message to Goat vs. Fish. Join the Discord of Goat vs. Fish. If you wish to submit your art and your creation, just as did Hi-Fi Protege, to fill this glorious Temple of Goat vs. Fish with the art of the congregation. But your monetization is also very appreciation. Donors at patreon.com/GoatVsFish. Bend Bird Person, The Quaxinator, Jimmy Wrench, Mama Joe Vrama Joe, Standard Average, Tugger Rugger, Hogrim, Eldergrown, Uber Kitten, Padistador, Eventually Gold, Prism Bloom, Psychic Buckeye 12, Drew, Hi-Fi Protege, the Elite Humble Congregation for 10 American dollars a month, Lord Saturn, Karmic, Prue Lawrence, Atro, Sourdough, Watt 9807, That's One Bulk Guy, Napoleon Doom, and the Unification Congregation for 20 American dollars a month or more. It's I Can Fix Amber Heard and Lysergic Fish. Appreciation to the patrons of Goat vs. Fish. Appreciation to the patrons of Goat vs. Fish. So when you are out in the land and the sea, look about you. Find one who is lost. Find one who does not know the way. And ask. Simply ask. Are you goat or are you fish? These are the verses of Goat vs. Fish. Celebration for goat. Celebration for fish. And don't sit on the fence. And it was written. The recreation of Goat vs. Fish in the temple stream of Goat vs. Fish shall now commence. But to take us through that transition into the recreation from the morning motivational 100th service is Sunshine. Play us out of the services and into the recreation. Celebration for Sunshine, the musication vessel of Goat vs. Fish.
So I could, for example, heard asked me earlier whether I had seen the picture that I could, for example, heard sent to you.
We think this is the verses now. Yes.
Yeah. I could, for example, heard asked whether I saw the photo that I could, for example, heard sent of them saying that they can be the new Sunshine.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I don't know where it is. Is there a picture somewhere?
There is. We have it here. Hi-Fi, if you wish to. Let's see if we can we zoom in on this verses? Let's see if it can be done. That's as far as we can verses.
Bring it up here. While you're talking. Oh, make you the new sunshine. Well, I can fit Amber Heard. Can you play piano? Can you do musications? You'll be the first Fed sunshine.
It just said make me. It didn't say.
Yeah, I thought that was a photo of I can fit Amber Heard dressed up as sunshine. You go beep 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 boop 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 boop. Just try saying hi-fi protege sucks, and then you'll be halfway there. Hi-fi's pretty great. So I've for Goat, that is, he's pretty great. Yeah. So since it's 100 episode and we're giving love. Celebration.
Celebration.
Yeah. This has been quite the trip. These 100 episodes, and within that time I started Sunshine Time on my own Twitch channel. And before this, I didn't even have a Twitch channel. I didn't even go on Twitch at all. And you guys managed to show up for Sunshine Time, whether I be doing musications and whether I be doing video games or anything in between. All you guys kept showing up, and you guys are a constant in my day-to-day life. Oh, well, Sunshine loves you guys too, and Prison Blue, much appreciation to you. Sunshine loves you too, and Sunshine loves and appreciates everybody. GoatVsFish isn't here right now, but he's coming back out. But yeah, this has been very, very life changing. It's cool to have a group of people who I can play, musications for, video games for, and I only feel the most appreciations for all of you. Even for GoatVsFish for having me along on this ride. With him, I stumbled on the morning motivational. I stumbled on having a Twitch channel. I stumbled on a couple Netflix's joke credits. All that just magically, made its way, and it couldn't have been possible without GoatVsFish. And for everybody here, Hi-Fi Protege, Bird Brain, Carolyn, the congregation, all of you guys have fundamentally made my 2026 a fantastic year. And you guys have become a permanent fixture, for better and for worse. So yeah, with all that said, much appreciations to all of you on this 100 episode. And with that, I'll play little musications as a celebratory appreciation, a thank you for all of you. Celebration!
Celebration!
Yay!
Celebration, sunshine!
Celebration!
Celebration!
Oh, I might pass on that. But I'll just have an imaginary. I'll have an imaginary like liquid verses. Oh, is that just water? All right, cool. I'll have just water. Yeah. Celebration.
Celebration for water!
Celebration for water. We are winning with the water verses.
Fish.
Yes. Fish needs water. Isn't that right, Prism Bloom? And other fishies? Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Goats need water too.
Well, yeah, but not as badly as fish. Fish needed to breathe, okay? Don't hoard all the water, you goat data
Goats
center.
have tea.
The fence data centers are hoarding all the water from the goat and the fish. Glad, glad. Celebration.
It's like a foot. Yeah.
Goats can have sparkling water, failing which Dasani.
GoatVsFish, if you wish to enjoy, as we say on the morning motivation, frequently on the morning motivation, get your hydration, get your caffeination, get your inebriation here on the GoatVsFish morning motivation. We wake up so you don't have to. Let the 100th morning motivational celebration commence. Celebration!
Celebration.
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 GoatVsFish, we will now enjoy recreation, and we will pay some special attention to the congregation. What did you think of this 100th morning motivational? What do you have to say about the Temple of GoatVsFish? We'd love to hear the verses. We'd love to hear your verses. Appreciation, appreciation.
Oh, Birdbrain, do you want to give another speech?
It is up. Well, yes, of course. It's a free verses now. Now it's a free verses. You may speak to them from here or from there or from anywhere you wish. It's just a recreational.
Oh, I can fit Sam Hood just ask. There was a speech from Birdbrain, but I think you already. It's up to you. Totally your call.
Yes, Birdbrain did give a sermon earlier, but you are welcome to sermonization again if you wish. Of course, it is up to you what you do.
Oh, let me think about it.
Birdbrain's going to ponder it. Birdbrain's going to ponder it.
Maybe I should ponder it from the pond. Pond of
Yes, pondering.
liquid beverage.
Maybe pondering does happen from the pond. Yes, maybe you should. We think Birdbrain is suddenly. You know what, Birdbrain? Why don't you? Would you mind speaking to those fancy chickens still in the coop and try to get them to join the congregation of Goat-vs-Fish? Would you mind being a liaison for Goat-vs-Fish?
When I was driving here, I heard you talking about their clucks. But I sent them. Those were my clucks. So I was transmuting my clucks through those chickens so that you would hear me going cluck.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we did not show enough appreciation to you for your clucking, whatever the cluck you were doing.
Well, you noticed it, so that's enough appreciation for me. As long as
We do
you're
notice
listening.
you. You've been noticed by Goat-vs-Fish.
As of you to me, you
To me.
as well.
Yes, GoatVsFish. Some streamers, you will notice this. Some streamers they don't like to eat and drink on stream. It's just something they don't like to do. So we're going to give Birdbrain some privacy to go to the pond. Is that what you are fond of doing now?
Fond of the pond.
Fond of the pond.
My old
Celebration.
stomping grounds.
Well, we'll see. Maybe Birdbrain will come back. Maybe Birdbrain will come back soon. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it be. Turn away and beware, for this is the path of Billy Power Max. We're not going to bring those false verses into the Temple of GoatVsFish. Vincey the coyote, Vincey the yote. Vincey the yote. I ponder if I can start pondering at the pond. We ponder that you can,
Yeah.
and we think there's a preponderance of those pondering at the pond. A preponderance upon ponderers.
Indeed. Tuesdays are good for pondering ponds.
Oh, you think so?
I do.
What is it about Tuesdays verses that's so great for pondering ponds?
Tuesdays are when I stream right now.
Oh, is that so? When do you stream,
I stream
Birdbrain?
on Tuesdays from 4:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time until 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Exclamation! Let's get exclamation BB in the congregation. We think Goat
It was
versus Fish can do
that,
that.
yeah. Somebody did it. Joy Evil did it.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Yes,
for Joy
follow
Evil.
Birdbrain RCH.
Yeah.
Follow Birdbrain.
Hello.
Birdbrain, how has been your streaming of you did your first stream during a morning motivation of Goat versus Fish, did you not?
I tried to stream, yes, and I used this pad of mine, this eyes pad, and I think I hit a button, so the sound stopped working.
Oh no.
So it didn't go as well as I'd hoped.
Well, that's a classic versus for your
Yeah.
first stream, for your first stream.
Classic.
Is the eye also hanging out of that iPad?
Oh,
I just question.
I mean
Sorry,
it
I didn't
does
mean
dangle.
Is it dangling the eye?
It's kind of dangle.
Oh, there it. Yep. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, it is dangling. Yeah, it has a dangling
Similar.
eye.
Have you pondered putting padding behind that dangling eye, and then when they ask you what's that, you say it's my iPad?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. We'll add that in there right there. Ow.
So tell us, Birdbrain. We wonder. We have been so pleasant having you here of the congregation, but what are the radioactive chicken heads up to these verses?
Oh, not much. We've been involved in a play that's been happening at the Hollywood Fringe Festival in Hollywood, of all places.
Oh, yes.
That's a good place to have a festival for fringe plays. It's with our friend Ryan Haley, and the play is called Weird Al is Gonna Die. And we, last weekend, I wasn't there, but other members of the Radioactive Chicken Heads were there. And, I'm on here, huh? There's my light. And,
Well, you can look to there, or it can be like, oh, they're watching you have a conversation with GoatVsFish, like it's an intimate versus. You can.
So last weekend the chicken heads were involved, and you're very quick. And this weekend there will be other performers on. There's one tonight, and then one on Friday, and you could go to those. But then on Saturday I will be there, and we'll be doing some musications of the karaoke style to a parody song off.
What time is it at again? Sorry.
Tonight it's at 8, and then Friday it's at 7, and then Saturday, the one where I will be there, will be at 7 p.m.
Did that fence sitter, did that unpaid intern of GoatVsFish get into that video compilation? They worked so little on that parody that they did to be on that show.
They did get in there.
Oh, they did? Oh,
And
oh,
I
my
know that
verses.
for a fact,
Oh,
for
my
two
verses.
reasons. One is that I edited it in there,
Celebration for editing of Birdbrain. Celebration.
and two, one of the days that I was there, I peeked through the door, and I saw a green screen dancing, but I couldn't really see it because I couldn't see it because you can't see me.
Of course. Oh, because it's a screen green.
Yeah.
We would like to take that to make a versus that this new set of GoatVsFish, this whole new set of GoatVsFish, there's no screen green in this set of GoatVsFish.
This is all real.
We are used to seeing the mighty strange visualizations of the screen green, but we think these temple streams, they're going to have it's going to be a more natural versus. They're going to be less animations of goat and fish like flying around the screen, and it's just you are here. What you see is what you versus. Maybe we'll have a scrolling versus in the bottom of GoatVsFish, or some humble thing invitationing you to GoatVsFish. But yes, it's going to be a what you see is what you versus. Hi-Fi, can you scroll up to see what they say? Someone Rad Rooster had a big versus.
Oh, that is a big versus.
Rad Rooster, we think Birdbrain. Can you read that? This is from Rad Rooster, who comes here from your congregation. So
Yeah.
perhaps you could read this verse.
I can read it here from my phone. I'm also watching.
Okay.
Rad Rooster 24 says, "To my verses for the 100th morning motivational, as leader of the Thunder Goats
True.
and Team Goats ambassador, it's been a great honor to be here to view." Oh, honor is spelled the British way, by the way. To be here to view, but also to be mentioned and recognized here in the congregation of GoatVsFish. But to GoatVsFish, I would like to congratulate you for the 100th annual morning motivational Rock On GoatVsFish.
Appreciation. Yes, it's true. It's the 100th annual morning motivation. We do it once a year, and this is the 100th year of the morning motivational of GoatVsFish. 100 years of GoatVsFish!
We made it!
Yes, we could have an annual 100th versus. Well, at this versus, we may. Will we reach the 200th morning motivational by the end of this calendar versus? We may.
Or
It's not even July yet, so we're not done with the 6th verses. So we may be able to even reach 200 by the end of the verses. We think so. 52 verses in a revolution, and it's 4 verses of morning motivational per verses. So
That's 200 there.
That's 200 verses.
So if you'd continue it for 25 weeks, 25 more weeks, you will get to 100.
Yes, Wrench Stallion, this is real life. Is this the real verse? Is this just fence sitting? And GoatVsFish here in the Temple of GoatVsFish. Yes, a sincere shout out to I Can Fix Amber Heard for all of your contributions you have made to GoatVsFish over the verses.
Yeah.
We know that you can be a bit fancy to GoatVsFish, and GoatVsFish will always repost and rejoin your witty repartee back to you, just how we know you like it. We know you like it like that. But we do wish to offer our sincere appreciation to I Can Fix Amber Heard for all of your contributions to GoatVsFish.
Yeah. We
And
love you, I Can Fix Amber Heard.
It's true. And we are thinking that we are details forthcoming, but we are going to up-vamp the VIP verses of GoatVsFish so that perhaps there will be some sort of initial startup fee, of course. Initial startup fee, but then we will have an initial startup fee to print and mount a picture of your choosing that is you. We think it should be of you, a life-size versus of you, and then for a contribution every month, we can put that mounting picture of you in one of the seats of the congregation of GoatVsFish, so we can fill the congregation. Of course, if there are those who come to witness live in the Temple of GoatVsFish, they will receive precedence, of course. But otherwise, your verses will be there in the congregation watching, and you can watch yourself watching GoatVsFish. I already got a photo. Oh, we know. Oh, celebration. Amber Heard is one of my many wives, says Batline Raptor. Oh, my verses.
I was just going to say, too, you could even hang the pictures on the side of the wall, and then even the fence could be behind. You know, like a small picture of sorts, and then every time we pan over, you're always going to be in the shot.
And if you're a goat, you can be on the goat side, and if you're a fish, you can be on the fish side, and if you're a fence, show them the fence again. So
I was about to zoom in on that. All right.
So you see the board of GoatVsFish. So we have a secret fence view. We have a secret fence view. You can see there on the screen there behind the verses.
It takes a minute because I have to unlock it. It takes a couple locks.
So here on the fence we have troll face, because as on the interwebiverse we get many trolls. We also have we have octopods, which was a gift to GoatVsFish from the congregation of GoatVsFish, and we also have, though their eyes are blurred, we have Senor Tomat of the Deep Fat Fried podcast. GoatVsFish, the MC of the Deep Fat Fried podcast celebration. Celebration.
What is the octopus holding? What is it? Is it holding?
Oh, well, what is it? What is it holding? Would you know? You don't have to be so close with that one hi-fi. With that mic, you don't have to be as close.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, just half the verses.
Oh yeah, I mean it looks like a piece of chalk. It's writing fence. Very fancy octopus. So it's
Writing
got more
fence
hands.
behind GoatVsFish. Ugh.
It's a fast fence builder too with 8 hands.
It's a troll face. Hogrim celebration, Joy Evil celebration, Crazy Awesome celebration. Goat and Fish, we were monitoring the analytics of GoatVsFish, and it looked like that we were averaging about 5 or 6 viewers on YouTube and about 30 viewers on Twitch. This was a well-performing mighty motivation of GoatVsFish. We think they like this versus. Celebration to you.
Celebration. May I take a moment to go back in the chat and
of course, yes.
Note that Prism Bloom continued your Queen parody song lyrics with with caught in a fish pond, no escape from the verses sing. That's it. Thought it merited a little bit of note.
Hello, good Queen parody.
Noted.
Well, we don't know how. No. Goat. just first a fish, put the question to their head, and they pondered it with dread. Bye-bye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta get off my behind and face the fish. Fish. I don't want to fry.
Wait,
I don't want to fry. Sometimes wish I'd never been asked at all. Are you goat or are you fish? As if something really versus. Too late. I'm on the fence. Something about sitting on the fence. I did not rehearse this.
Something about repentance.
My verse has just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. Didn't mean to make you bleed. If I'm not back again for Morning Motivational 101, carry on, and keep asking everyone, are you goat or fish? Keep asking everyone, are you goat or fish? J-Sticks, guitar riffs. Red Rooster, we thought you played the drums. What do we know? Sometimes they just need to eat their tin cans. Yes, a goat chewing sunshine celebration. Sunshine celebration. Sunshine celebration.
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 And now, may GoatVsFish just briefly take the verses, Sunshine?
Oh, yeah.
GoatVsFish will now do something that has never been done before. GoatVsFish will play every single note.
Please don't hurt yourself. Please don't get hurt. Guys, we're going to do this under very controlled circumstances, so please do not try this at home. We're just trained professional.
Every single note and every single patch.
That was Every Single Note by GoatVsFish. Appreciation, yes. Yes, many can study musications for a millennium and they never play every single note in one verses like that. Brilliant by GoatVsFish. Oh, I don't know if I like it. Well, you heard it all. You heard it all. You heard everything. You heard everything in that verses.
What's not to like?
What's not to like? What's not to like? GoatVsFish will now... Yes, Sunshine, yes?
Guys, I have to go.
Aww.
I have to get around to some packing and some other quick fish-related errands. But
Yes.
yeah,
You have some music scouting to do.
some music scouting. It's more like packing my bags and getting ready for my my trip versus to Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish I could be here, but I'll only be gone 2 weeks, and I'll be back. As for streaming while I'm in Sri Lanka, I don't know if I'll be streaming in Sri Lanka because the internet can be fancy, but I'll try.
Is the Wi-Fi good over there?
It can be good. It can be good on good days. Oh yeah, I'll tell Beebs. I'll tell my family that IQ Amberhood loves them. Much appreciation, guys.
May we ask? When was the last time you returned to your home versus of Sri Lanka?
Oh, last time I was there was last August for like 7 days.
Oh, okay. So it has not been so long.
It has been like almost a year.
Yes,
Yeah.
but what a year it's been with Goat versus Fish. We are sure they will have many questions about Goat versus Fish.
Oh yeah, they'll have questions about Goat versus Fish, and you might expect to see Kari Patia, who you see in the chat, and what the Beeb on my streams, if I do stream. But yeah, thank you. I'll be flying through Hong Kong, so I'll be stopping there for some noodles and stuff. It'll be a 1.5 hour transit, but after that, straight to Sri Lanka. I arrive at midnight, and I'll try to get a stream happen. I'm getting some streaming stuff in the mail, so I'm going to see if I can stream from Sri Lanka once I get there.
Lysergic Freakfish says, thank you for your verses, Sunshine. Excited to see and hear about your travels. Take note of vegan foods. Yes, Lysergic Freakfish is a vegan, so if you see any vegan verses, they would love to hear about it.
You will love it. Oh, you'll love Sri Lanka, and especially South India. Like, it's all like the South Indian places they have. It's all vegetarian. There's one district in India around Trichy, maybe a little south of Chennai. It's all vegetarian. You can't get like any meat for like throughout the entire town. They don't serve meat in the southern part of India. But yeah, you'll get a bunch of options in Sri Lanka. And Prism Bloom, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, safe travels actually, says Prism Bloom. Not facetiously, but actually safe travels.
Okay. I appreciate the clarification.
Yes, we know how irony poisoned the interwebiverse can be. So safe travels actually.
Yeah, as opposed to not actually.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys will be missed. But I'll be back in 2 weeks' time.
Someone say vegan fish. Yes, Mysterium 0619. Lysergic Freakfish is a vegan fish, especially.
Yeah. Well, that is exciting. I'll keep an eye out for some vegan options for the vegan fish. I'll take pictures of various goat and fish sightings. You might see other animals, like there's an elephant that walks down my street casually, but if I see that, I'll take a picture of that fence sitter.
Do you have goat and fish? We know you have many decals of goat versus fish. Do you have the goat and fish identification cards? Perhaps we should send you off with some of them in case your family chooses goat or fish. They deserve versus them as much as any other goat or fish.
Sure, I did have a few, but I can always use more.
Well, here's some. We just have some right here in the pockets of goat versus fish. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7 goat. Here's 7 goat.
7 goats.
7 goat, and here is 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7 fish. Here's 7 fish.
Double 7.
And here's hopefully you won't need any of these, but here's 4 fence sitters.
Fence sitters. Okay. I'll give those to the TSA people.
Yes. Hey, they have questions for you. You might as well ask them if they're goat or fish.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, you seem like a fence sitter right now.
Yeah.
I have a fish ID. That's my real fish ID. Yeah.
Real fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's give our appreciation to Sunshine. Appreciation for being here for the 100th morning motivational, and we wish to thank you for motivating Goat versus Fish.
Yay! Thank you for motivations, and thank you for motivating me to start a Twitch channel. It's been so much fun, and for lending the congregation, sending the congregation my way. I have some permanent fixtures show up in my chat, and every time I show up to stream, they're there. From the second onwards, there's too many of you to mention, but TML81, Wasted Height, New Vegas 10,000, Lord Saturn, eventually Goldfish, on occasion I give it Amberhood, Prism Bloom is all you guys have been, and some more. There's too many of you to mention. Dragon Balls 3 to 5. All you guys have been lovely, stopping by. BBTH, all of you. So I appreciate all of you for. Keep
What about
coming
Goat
back
versus Fish?
to
Goat
South
versus
Side
Fish
Time.
stops by sometimes.
Yeah, Goat versus Fish too. Goat versus Fish especially. You guys have given me a great reason to come back to Sunshine Time, even on days where there's no one there. You guys keep coming back. So I appreciate all of you and love you very dearly. I was about to, like, for the 100 episode, I wanted to have Caroline up on the podium, and we could have helped to start a Twitch channel.
Oh, we could have. Well, we think Carolyn's still on the fence about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But we have, of course, appreciation them being here and their contribution here. But perhaps in a future versus, perhaps they could.
No, for sure. And
Perhaps they could.
Hi-Fi to also start streaming.
Hi-Fi, yeah, Hi-Fi. Wednesday.
Wait, hold on. Sunshine, you have a Twitch stream? This is the first I hear of it.
Yeah, it's called It's Sunshine. !SAN.
Isn't it just so Hi-Fi protege that they have their glorious painting hanging here in the Temple of GoatVsFish, but no one who is watching the stream of GoatVsFish can see it?
That's actually pretty poetic. Maybe they seem to have seen it on all the streams that they wanted to break from it.
They did see it. Yes, Birdbrain. We were looking at this versus. We were hanging the picture of GoatVsFish, and we didn't want it to block the rear camera of GoatVsFish, but we wanted it to be seen by the front camera of GoatVsFish. But the way that the rear camera and the front camera, the goat camera and the fish camera, are looking at one another, it is fence possible to see the painting of Hi-Fi protege in one versus without it. Oh, there it is.
Celebration.
Solved the problem.
There's the painting of Hi-Fi
perfect
protege.
photo.
Now you can
painting,
see the Hi-Fi
hanging.
painting.
It's a sneak peek.
But you can't see Hi-Fi, so that's a trade-off.
You don't get the depth. You don't get the colors.
The rear camera.
These digital cameras, they can barely capture what is really there. There's so much to see. Look at that.
Ooh.
Is that 4K? That's 4K.
We can see the painting, but we can't see Hi-Fi. And that's a trade-off I'm willing to contend with.
Maybe Sunshine could cover the Love and Rocket song. It could be Sunshine. We think that there are probably many songs that Sunshine could cover.
Okay. I'll put that in the cover list.
We also wish to give a shout out to Wow Mom, who of course made this glorious goat here, and the hat and the Sunshine hat of GoatVsFish. Wow Mom and Prue Lawrence and Bayotin 420 are some of the oldest and mightiest congregation members, and we wish to offer our appreciation to them on this 100th morning motivational. A special shout out to the Viking clan up north. Appreciation.
Wow, Mom. Celebration for Wow, Mom.
Appreciation. And we hear there's a care box coming to GoatVsFish with even more knit verses. Yes. You love the Sans hat. They are available for purchases for 120 versus American dollars. You too can buy a custom fish or goat hat and have it be mailed to you 120 as long as it's here in the United States of versus America for 120 versus American dollars with color customization. You can get a goat or fish hat mailed to you. That's shipping inclusive, 120 versus American dollars. What do you think, highlighted? What do you think that goat and fish are really searching for when they come to GoatVsFish? Also, is there something in the community understood about GoatVsFish that GoatVsFish didn't realize himself? Well, GoatVsFish does not claim to be a himself or a herself. GoatVsFish is just GoatVsFish. Those are two questions for GoatVsFish. We'll do one at the versus. What do you think about people? What do you think people are really searching for when they come to GoatVsFish? Well, if they come to GoatVsFish, that means they have either heard of GoatVsFish already or they have already made contact with GoatVsFish. So if they're coming to GoatVsFish, then they have enjoyed a previous conversation or at least curious or intrigued about GoatVsFish. This may seem like we're dodging the verses, but GoatVsFish would say this, that every goat or fish is unique. They are all dealing with their own fences within their own existence, and they come to GoatVsFish for different reasons indeed. But GoatVsFish thinks that the coming together, the mere coming together of goat and fish is itself the overversing thing. We are divided by so many fences, these verses, The interwebiverse even divides us. The algorithms even divide us, even as we join together in congregation here in the chat of Goat versus Fish and the congregation of Goat versus Fish, and appreciation for that verses. So they come to Goat versus Fish for many different verses. We can say this: when they come to the Comedy Store on July 11th, they see Goat versus Fish to laugh. They see Goat versus Fish to laugh. Some see Goat versus Fish for wisdom. Some see Goat versus Fish for entertainment. Some come to Goat versus Fish because they wish to heckle and ridicule Goat versus Fish. Someone commented on Goat versus Fish recently. They said AI slop. They said that Goat versus Fish was AI slop, which is just ridiculous. We would love to see AI try to create Goat versus Fish, artificial artigotal intelligence. So they come to Goat versus Fish for many, many different verses indeed.
I have a final verse.
Final verses from Sunshine. Take it away.
Happy 100 episode.
Celebration.
Celebration to everybody of you who came, congregation and physically. Hi-Fi Protege, Bird Brain, Caroline, and Goat versus Fish.
Celebration. We're going to see Sunshine out as they are going to go on their many travels. So Bird Brain, we will leave them with you, and then Goat versus Fish will return, and then we will finalize the verses.
All right, thank you guys, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. On the 12th of July, specifically.
Well, so your 2 weeks actually begins now.
I'll
Oh
miss you.
wow, this is wow. Oh man, I'm kind of sad now. Kind of.
Appreciation.
I was gonna be more sad about
Appreciations.
Fish.
We'll talk more Stanley Jordan when
Yeah.
I get back.
Absolutely.
High five.
Dude, thank you, man. Yeah. You left some great music. Can't wait for you to get back and hear your new tunes.
For sure,
When you get back to it, you're gonna be so full of some new music, man. I'm so excited.
Oh, for sure, for
You
sure. I'm just hoping my streaming setup works in Sri Lanka so I can at least, stream. But I'll definitely stop by.
Dude.
Yeah,
Try to, if you can,
yeah.
try to, if you can, don't worry about it. But if you can't do that, would be awesome to check it out. Try
Yeah.
to post before, like, hey, it might happen.
Yeah,
So we can kind of prepare, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, chaos, it's random.
yeah. In between that, the time zones, it's like 18 hours ahead.
Okay.
So it's a little dicey.
You're in the future.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying bye, but I didn't expect Go versus Fish to go inside.
Maybe he's waiting for you.
Oh yeah, I think he's
coming.
back out. Yeah. That it's like the final episode of Sunshine, but it's not. I'm only going for 2 weeks.
Oh yes, we were going to.
Yes.
We were going to see you off. Whoa, we were going to see you off out there, but we can see you off here.
Yeah.
Appreciations.
Appreciations. Yeah.
It's been a beautiful 100 verses, and we hope for 100 more. We hope for 1,000 more.
We will.
Celebration.
Celebration.
We will be back for more. First, let me get back to the TSA, and then we'll figure out the specifics. Yes.
I mean, have you seen what they've done to the reflecting pond? Oh my versus those fish. What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
Wait for me to get past. Wait for me to get past the TSA.
Yeah, it says don't touch the reflecting. Don't touch the pond. Don't touch it.
I won't touch it. All right, celebrations.
I can fix
Celebration.
Amber Heard wants a hug.
And goodbye. I can fix Amber Heard. Here's a hug for you. Here's a hug for Building 420, Joy Evil, Hot Rim. Hugs for everybody. But I'll be back in 2 weeks, so then I'll hug you.
We would do a group hug with everyone's here, but we would feel fancy that we didn't do it when Carolyn was here. So we're just going to do separate hugs.
Yeah, all is forgiven, and I'll be back for more. But keep an eye out for a stream in Sri Lanka. No guarantees, but I'll try.
Appreciation for trying. Celebration for Sunshine! Exclamation SAN. Go give Sunshine a follow. Sunshine, thank you for being part of this morning motivation and for providing your very, 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 very glorious and glorifying musications to Goat versus Fish.
Well, thank you, Go versus Fish, for having me play musications, introducing me to the congregation, introducing me to your associates.
Association, celebration for association.
Yeah. Many lovely associations were made. Many characters have become now like have now become friends, and it's all been wonderful. 2026 has been wonderful.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Celebration for all of you. All right.
Bye, sunshine. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Safe verses. Safe verses.
Safe verses will be had, and my cups are back there. Just want to hit them?
What's that?
You want to hit those cups in?
Oh, well, what a fine parting verses from Sunshine
How polite.
to help even as they are going upon their travels, to assist GoatVsFish, to assist GoatVsFish. Appreciation. And here comes Bird Brain.
I kind of killed the pacing of the goodbye there, but it doesn't hurt to kill pacing to be polite.
A fair verses.
Yeah.
A fair verses.
All right, celebrations. Much
Celebration.
appreciation. Celebrations to all of you. All right, bye. See you.
Cheers.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Good night, dude.
Cheers.
Be careful.
Okay, sure.
You walk out.
What is a bird? Is a bird a goat? Fish? Is a bird a dinosaur? Could a bird be multiple things? Or no things? Could a bird be part person, part bird? All brains or bird brains? In this world, much is possible. There are people who can wear crowns, crowns of goat and fish. There are people who can wear towels. There are people who can wear the same shirts over and over again. And then there is goat. There is fish. But what is goat but multiple? Oh, look, and there is dinosaur. As versed earlier. I don't know if that's a snake or not, but all sorts of creatures, great white and smallish, can exist in this world. All sorts of sounds can be interpreted differently depending on from whence your microphone is pointing this way or that way or omnisciently. And what am I trying to say here? Who's to say but I? I, Bird Brain, am the one to say what I am saying. And this is what I am saying. That I am sane, insane. I'm within sane. My brain membrane keeps everything solidified and jellified and joyified. Today is trash day.
Appreciation, Bird Brain, for that thoughtful verses. Hi-Fi, we will give you the opportunity to give a final verses to the congregation if you wish. Otherwise, we think that is a morning motivational recreational with GoatVsFish. Hi-Fi, do you wish a final verse? You may do as you wish. Of course, we appreciate you being there behind the verses. It has truly helped this morning motivational, you being here and managing the cameras of GoatVsFish. It has made this a truly celebrational experience here on GoatVsFish, and your assistance, Yesterverses, Much appreciation to Hi-Fi Protege. Love this. Appreciation, Hexy the Virus. Thank you for your love. Go and watch from the beginning of the verses. We had a very momentous and musicational services. Now we're just sort of having a recreational post-temple celebration. And it's a great verses. It's a great verses.
I think instead of doing a speech, I just rather hear about how great I've been doing. That sounds...
Joy Evil says 7 more hours for 700 gifted subs. If you gift 700 subscriptions to GoatVsFish right here, right now, GoatVsFish, one way or another, will continue to be live for 7 hours. But we need 700 gifted subs right now. But if you were going to do that, we'd really rather you just do exclamation point tip, because 700 gifted subs would be 7. That would be 7. That would be 4,200 versus American dollars, of which GoatVsFish would get half. So that would just be 2,100 versus American dollars. So you can either spend 4,200 versus American dollars to GoatVsFish on 700 gifted subs, and we'll do 7 hours of streaming, or you can exclamation point tip 3,000 versus American dollars at a steep discount. And for 3,000 versus American dollars, GoatVsFish will do 7 more hours of streaming somehow, some way. Here on GoatVsFish today. Take it away, Hi-Fi.
All right, I'll take it away. Should I do it from here?
Whatever you wish. It's up to you. It's a recreational.
No,
it's a recreational
I don't know
now.
what to say. I'm just having such a great time. I don't want it to end, honestly. I'm still free for a while, so I'm kind of sad that it's ending. I don't want the 100th.
Well, you leave them wanting more. You leave them wanting a little more,
that's
of
true.
course.
Because I'm just thinking, the 100th episode doesn't end until the 100th episode hasn't happened until we're done with it. Mm-hmm. So as long as it's still going, we're still celebrating. It's still going. So I'm happy with it. I don't know. I'm having a great time. I think everyone else too. This is a great, dude. Yeah, getting all this set up was amazing. Bird Brain. I saw all the change, everything that you helped. Yeah, salute. Spin. Yeah.
The cone was Bird Brain's conception. Do you like what we did with the cone?
The cone. You guys can't see that either. If you guys, I think if you guys tune into Bird Brain's stream, you'll probably see it over there. But yeah, we've got a bunch of things here. Check it out. He's taking a video picture. So you've got a cone. We have a very safe entrance here. Absolutely safe. We've got safety measures for the ceiling.
Yeah, show them that, and then take a versus take a versus of the other side of the cone too, so they can see what they see when they enter.
Do it on this camera. I'll switch cameras, and then you can do it here. Go ahead and point it here. Oh yeah, take it. Yeah. Here, you guys can see what Bird Brain. See, you can see where he's at, right above me here. There's a safety cone because the camera is hanging from the door. It's a very, I was going to say illustrious. It's very eloquent. There you go. Look, you can see there. So this is pointing into the studio. This is the camera angle from the garage into the studio, and you'll see that the camera is pointing. And that's the front. That's facing again from outside in, and you can see that the
sticker of GoatVsFish.
Yeah, that white blob that's in front of the red. Yeah, it won't focus. Here, let me see if I can just zoom in. Maybe it would stand back and then I go zoom in on you. I want to zoom in. I guess it zoomed in all the way. No, that can't be right. Oh, that's because of this. And I am... Okay, here we go. Stand back like 1 more foot. Oh, you got a text. Oh, it's an alarm. Okay. Oh, there it is. You can see it. Oh, that's very clear there. Clear enough.
So that's the outside when you enter the verses.
Oh, you can see GoatVsFish there in the picture too.
Yeah.
At the very bottom. Yeah, zoom in.
So here, not only is this providing protection, but as you enter the congregation of GoatVsFish, you are sort of enticed to go to the goat side or to the fish side, or you are enticed to bow your head in respect and reverence for the congregation. So either verses, we think it's very fine.
So yeah, that's
and then show them. You can show them the reverse.
Oh yeah, flip it. Yeah, show the image of the reverse of the cone. So look at that. Oh, that's called movie magic.
Protection.
Is your mic on?
Oh, no, I'm muted.
Okay. Yeah, it's protection. Yeah.
Oh.
So when you walk in, you see that right away. You go, oh, GoatVsFish sticker. I gotta walk around this, and behind it, there's a fancy camera there that was installed, assisted with by Bird Brain.
Is there a chair outside for fence? There is ample seating out there for a fence sitter if they wish. It's true.
provide some comfort.
It
while
was
they
a free
sit.
versus. We found free chairs yesterday versus.
Yeah. A little under half a dozen chairs were just laying about. Do you guys see the cone? It's so good. So that's the one side, and then when you flip it, see, that camera moves around too. It's moving. So as you see me shifting in and out. So okay, the camera he's sharing a picture of, that's the camera that's actually zooming in on chicken right now. Yeah, like that.
Whoops.
It flips the camera, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Live feed.
Live feed of the live feed.
You gotta be careful. We're gonna fall into a paradox if you're not careful.
Oh, that happened long ago.
Well, if you give me 20 cents, I'll show you a paradigm.
How about 4 nickels? That's still paradigms.
That's a little dirty. That's a little blue for my kind of joking.
But yeah, so that camera, it also works on a swivel, so you see all that's carved out. You'll see that it's like, oh, yeah, no. Oh, that's good, yeah. Oh, it's reflecting. So, yeah, it basically it works on a swerve, so, yeah. So, yeah, that's one of the great pieces. But, yeah, if you ever stop by, if you ever walk in here, you get to appreciate all the work, so much work that's put into this. It's an amazing, I mean, if it were a craft, this is, you're stepping into the temple of it all. It's amazing. But yeah, that's my verses. That's all I want to say. I'm honored, I'm proud, I'm happy, I'm having fun. That's what it's all about. If you aren't, maybe you're on the fence. That's all I have to say.
Goat versus fish is fun. So we're thinking, yes, here in the Temple of Goat versus Fish, we'll have more services, but we'll also have Goat versus Fish, like Goat versus Fish versus studies, where we just put all of the verses in a circle and we just go, today we're going to discuss with goat, and tomorrow we're going to discuss fish, and we're going to have little philosophication sessions where we're all just having communication with one another about goat versus fish. Maybe we'll have Goat versus Fish fitness hours where we bring out all of the gym equipment and it's a free gym. Bird brain. Yes, Emily Scholes. It's bird brain.
Hello.
The next time in LA, I'm visitation the temple. Yes, so this is what we refer to here in the congregation as a soft opening for the Temple of Goat versus Fish. But we are thinking that perhaps in 2 weeks or 3, we will schedule an evening services, and we will invitation everyone to come to see the show of Goat versus Fish. And we will invitation Bird Brain to do a sermon there as well. We'll have the Sunshine Musications. Everyone who is here will be able to participation in that services. Sunshine and Goat versus Fish will rehearse some musicational hymns, and we'll invitation for perhaps a 1 hour services, maybe 1 hour and 15-minute services of Goat versus Fish, and we'll invitation all the goat and fish from verses around for the hard opening of the Temple of Goat versus Fish. But we've done it. Goat versus Fish has dreamed of a Temple of Goat versus Fish for many verses. Haha, wouldn't it be funny to have a Temple of Goat versus Fish? But Goat and Fish, let us say this as a morning motivational to you. You may say to yourself, after I reach a certain verses of success and recognition, then I will have the motivation to do this great thing, you may say to yourself. After enough followers of Goat versus Fish, after enough fame of Goat versus Fish, after enough monetization of Goat versus Fish, then the Temple of Goat versus Fish, then the Temple of Goat versus Fish. But Goat versus Fish invitations you to do the reverses. Don't put the fence before the verses. If you wish the recognition for having a Temple of Goat versus Fish, then do not wait for the Temple of Goat versus Fish to suddenly appear before you. If you wish, whatever glory you may wish, and we may verses about whether that's a worthy verses to even aspire to, but whatever glory you wish from having a Temple of Goat versus Fish, then you cannot wait for the glory to come to you before you make the Temple of Goat versus Fish. You make the Temple of Goat versus Fish, and then you will receive the recognition that you seek. Then those around you will see, this is a serious versus. Oh, here's a Temple of Goat versus Fish. Oh, I want to come to the Temple of Goat versus Fish. If you verse it, they will come, Goat and Fish. So there's no time to wait. Do the verses, and as Goat versus Fish has created the morning motivational and has creation the Temple of Goat versus Fish, Michelle Malizaki, a friend of the stream of the morning motivation, came by Goat versus Fish an hour ago. Can we exclamation, someone in the congregation exclamation, Exclamation N, we believe NIH. Try exclamation NIH. We'll see. There's a podcast. Yes, it is. Oh, no, there's no verses there. Let's try. Let's try exclamation N2E or exclamation Nihongo and NIHONGO. Well, in any verses, there's a podcast called Nihongo to English, featuring the unpaid intern of GoatVsFish, hosted by Michelle Malizaki and the unpaid intern of GoatVsFish. You can also try exclamation MM. We suppose we'll try that for a final verses. Had to step out for a minute. Welcome back, Ham Mods. So Michelle Malizaki came by yesterday versus to assist for an hour of GoatVsFish. Hi-Fi has been here to assist GoatVsFish. The Conscious Outlaws were there to be on the stream of GoatVsFish. A shout out to Rat Cousin, who's been on the verses. A shout out to Paul Elia, who's been on the verses. April Walterside, who's been on the verses. Appreciation to all of the guests of GoatVsFish who have come on to GoatVsFish, Eugene the Silent Clown, who was here on GoatVsFish. Appreciation for being on GoatVsFish. Wendy Wilkins, appreciation for being on GoatVsFish. Tide Eye for being on GoatVsFish. Manny Mutations for being on GoatVsFish. Pineapple Hoops for being on GoatVsFish. All of them have been here and have joined GoatVsFish. But they could not have joined GoatVsFish if GoatVsFish did not provide this verses for you to be here with GoatVsFish. So whatever you wish to do, whatever you wish to see through, GoatVsFish says take this motivation. This Temple of GoatVsFish did not just appear. It appeared with the assistance of many in the congregation of GoatVsFish and everyone who you saw here. But if we can give a little appreciation to GoatVsFish as well, they would never have joined GoatVsFish. They could never have assisted GoatVsFish if GoatVsFish did not start the verses ourselves and say, we're going to do this. We're going to do this with or without you. We're going to do this fish or without goat. And once they see the motivation of GoatVsFish, you will find yourself, once you provide your own motivation, others around you will join you. They will see your motivation. They will want to take part in your motivation. They will want to partake in your great and glorious verses. So let this be a motivation to you. Do not wait to start that verses. Do not wait to start that verses. If you've got a goat you've been meaning to verses for many years, then verses that goat. If you've got a fish, then verses that fish. If there's a fence you've been sitting on, then get off that fence, and you will be surprised just how quickly verses start to change. You will be surprised how quickly you start attracting other goat and fish who share in your verses, who share in your visions, and wish to help you accomplish that which you wish to do. So appreciation to all of you who have lent your motivation and encouragement to GoatVsFish. And now, at long verses, we provide unto you on this 100th morning motivational, the Temple of GoatVsFish. Appreciation and welcome.
Appreciation to you, GoatVsFish. Appreciation.
Appreciation
And celebration.
I was just looking at the stream, all 100 of the episodes. I was looking back at all of them, and I was 23.
That was your first verses, was 23?
4 months ago. I was going to read all the titles. So 23 was Low Fidelity, a Hi-Fi Protege Morning Motivational. Great title. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, this was the 100th morning motivation. We'll leave you wanting a little bit more, Goat and Fish. We are now going to end the YouTube stream, and then we are going to do a Twitch radiation. The morning motivationals will continue next month versus for the 101st morning motivational. Will it be in the Temple of GoatVsFish? Will it be in the studio of GoatVsFish? We'll just have to wait and see. And as a final verses, we will remind thee, do you have a talent? Do you have an art that you creation? Do you have a musication? Or perhaps you are a social media type goat or fish and you know how to reach out to other goat or fish? Or whatever the verses you do, everyone here in the congregation of GoatVsFish has something to offer to the congregation of GoatVsFish, and we invitation all of your skills and wisdoms, as long as you are willing to verse with, maybe you're an editor, to verse with GoatVsFish, then we invitation you to share your skills and to !Discord, join the community of GoatVsFish, message GoatVsFish with your skills, and we are going to fill this very temple. This temple will become a very shrine to every single goat and fish in this congregation and all of your arts and all of your crafts. And together we will make GoatVsFish a mighty and glorious verses for all celebration.
Celebration.
And it was written, and it was written. Okay.